and they would not only need to win tonight, but somehow get a Newton win over top-ranked DCG on both the boys and girls sides. So we want to welcome Indianola Activities YouTube. Thanks so much to Lee Nelson and the Indianola Activities Department for setting that up. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. You're listening to the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. And Rick, coming up, we'll have our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game, our Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game, our starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care, and our game time temperature presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, all leading up to tonight's opening tip. But I want to get your opening thoughts on this rivalry. And like we mentioned already, throw out the records, throw out the previous games, anything can happen. And right now, Norwalk owns this floor, having defeated Indianola last year in a game that cost them a conference title.
And yes, you're so true with that, Andrew. And they go back to when they played on the 13th of January. Who would have thought at the end of the first quarter it would have been 17-4? Indianola had a very slow start with that. And then they, rebounded a little bit. And, it was a little bit better at the half. And then Indianola winning that one 57-43. They came out and finished well. But, boy, you are right. It seems like we can do something over there. They can, you think home floor advantage would be an advantage, but it's like you said, throw that stuff out because they come to play.
Interestingly enough, in football, it was the opposite of home field advantage until this year. The away team always won in football, which is kind of funny because that's what it was last year as well for both the girls and the boys basketball programs. So we'll take our first timeout, but again, we're the only action on tonight on the air on KNIA KRLS. We're going to be paying attention to other Little Hawkeye Conference games, namely Newton at Dallas Center Grimes. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. We'll have more of the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show coming up after this. It's Norwalk at Indianola on 94.3 KNIA.
When you are in an accident and suffer a serious injury, you need serious representation. The Wincham Law Firm attorneys in Norwalk are experienced trial lawyers who have spent their careers in this area of law. Call Ken Wincham at 515-981-5220 to find out how the Wincham Law Firm can help. Ken spent many years as a lawyer for insurance companies. Now he uses his knowledge and experience to obtain the very best results for injured people. The Wincham Law Firm. They used to work for them, now they work for you.
We all know living in Iowa, the winter weather is never consistent. 1 minute warm, the next cold. Are you prepared for the ups and downs this winter? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can make sure your vehicle is ready for any chaos winter might bring by making sure it's performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can make sure you have the power tread on your tires to make sure you're not slipping and sliding when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're ready for Iowa winter by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
If your heating and cooling system isn't performing well, you need a solution as soon as possible. When that happens, Hines Mechanical is ready to get your system back in working order. Their experienced technicians can take on any obstacle your home comfort system throws at you, whether it's time for an emergency repair, a regular tune-up, or a new system installation. Schedule your appointment by calling Steve at Hines Mechanical, 515-337-2074. Again, 515-337-2074. Hines Mechanical.
The game is about to start, and the guests are about to arrive. Did you forget about the food? Don't worry. Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola has you covered. Stop into one of their two Indianola locations at 1201 North Jefferson Way or 2001 West 2nd Avenue and carry out one of your favorite Godfather's famous pizzas, or have it delivered. The Godfather Pizza Express at 1201 North Jefferson Way offers delivery from 4 to 9 p.m., Friday through Sundays. Get a great Godfather's Pizza at a great price. Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola.
Welcome back to the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Rick, let's jump into tonight's keys to the game, and we'll start with the Norwalk keys Those are presented by Greg Young Chevrolet. What I have written down here was what was big in the first game was foul trouble. And Bailey Birmingham and JoJo Bice both got into foul trouble early on, both picking up a couple of fouls in their last contest. That made them sit the bench, and that allowed Indianola's press to take over in that second quarter and get Indianola back into the game after trailing 17-4 at the end of the first. And those two primary ball handlers, to me, have to stay on the floor if the Warriors want to come up with a win.
Yes, they do. And, of course, Bice, along with, Birmingham. Gee whiz, I can't talk today. Birmingham, they need to be in that ball game because they're a couple of scores. They've got Agard coming off the bench. She does well, but you are right. And if that's got deep, I don't know sure how deep Jill Martin can go. And that, like you said, it allowed our girls to come back in and get back in that ball game. And that's got to do it. That's part of my main key is our defense. That's going to be, for me, that's my top key for our guys, but we're talking about Norwalk, but Norwalk needs to be able to handle that better than they did last time.
And my second key is basically tied right into that. 14 turnovers and handling the press. It just has to be better if you're the Warriors. And again, a lot of that had to do with your primary ball handlers, and JoJo Bice is one of those players who can dribble out of the press herself. I mean, she's that talented. So again, Norwalk has to stay out of foul trouble and not turn the ball over. That's tonight's Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk go the extra mile for you with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk. Now to the Indianola Indians keys to the game. Those are presented by DeArmond Ford. You need to shoot better from three. And we've seen games this year, Rick, where Indianola just doesn't shoot the ball well from three, and it just seems to stagnate the entire offense. On the road at DCG, a couple games ago against DCG. Even games where they've won, they haven't looked at their best. Last time at Norwalk, it was 6 of 21. Not as terrible as some other shooting percentages as they've seen, just under 33%. But this is a team that when they're shooting the ball well from outside, that's when they're playing at their best. And we know that this is a team of knockdown shooters. So get them into good spaces and let them knock down those shots.
And that kind of goes along, Andrew, with Norwalk and their ability to play that zone if they go into that zone. And I know a lot of teams come out against Indianola with that zone. And if they're not hitting, but sometimes they're not able to zone. Defense has to be quick, and if you're not, that will allow an Emily Naughton or a Lauren Blake to drive and get inside there for that. And I agree, our three-point shooting needs to be there. Now, I'm going to put an asterisk with that. I talked to Bryn Ortland before the game. She got injured. She jammed her thumb, looking good. She said, all I got to do is tape it up. She goes, Rick, I'm ready to go. So, and it's her shooting hand, so we'll see how she can adjust with that. Practices have been going well for her. We'll see what that is because Bryn Ortland is one of those can pop threes from the outside for us.
My last key was Indianola won the rebounding battle, surprisingly enough, because Norwalk, I think, edges them in size, especially with Liv Johnson and Ava Johnson dominating the inside. Indianola still won 33-29 in the rebounding battle. And so I think Indianola, again, has to at least be even, if not ahead, in the rebounding battle if they want to win tonight against the Warriors.
And I know they do well on the defensive end of it, but I'd like to see Indianola offensively pick up some more rebounds in that category. In the last game, they were 20 out of 48. So that means, and we only had 10 offensive rebounds. They need to pick that up. Another 5 to 8 more of those could give you that advantage, and getting that ball on that second and third chance has got to be helpful for Indianola underneath. So that's a big key for me right there.
Tonight's Indianola keys to the game are presented by DeArmond Ford. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. Tonight's game time temperature is presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and it got cold out in a hurry. It was beautiful over the last couple of days. It is now down to 19 degrees outside with a real feel of 2, and periods of snow will continue for about 46 minutes. Nothing's going to stick, just some flurries. But if you're driving outside, you definitely want to be as careful as possible. So 19 degrees feels like 2. Tonight's game time temperature presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. No hidden fees, just one great price on plumbing, heating, and cooling services to keep you comfortable. Rick, we're going to take a short timeout. I'll get to your starting lineups here in just a bit. Well, actually, let's do them right now before they're being announced, and we'll take a break for the national anthem.
I can get that in. Norwalk Warriors, they're going to start number 10. She's a sophomore. That's Anna Larson. She's averaged 3 points a ball game. Number 24 is a senior. That's Jocelyn Bice, averaging 13.8. Number 25, a senior, that's Olivia Johnson. She averages 5 points a ball game. Number 34 is a sophomore, Ava Johnson, averaging 12 points per game. And rounding out the starting lineup is number 20, that's a freshman, Bailey Birmingham. Holy mackerel, I'm going to do that all night. Sorry, Bailey. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. Tonight's starting lineups
I
presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Vintage Hills of Indianola offers assisted living and memory care in beautiful apartment homes. Get the lifestyle you want with the services and amenities that will make your life easier at Vintage Hills of Indianola. That wraps up the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show, locally owned. Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. Rick, any final thoughts very quickly before we take our last time out before tip?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get ready for that as they introduce that. I will say this, for Indianola, you want me to give that lineup?
Oh, yes, please, sorry.
Do that? Yeah, I could do that. That would be number 4, and that's a junior, Emily Naughton, averaging 12 points a ball game. Number 13 is a junior, that's Bryn Ortland, averaging 6 per game. Number 14, a senior, Lauren Blake, 21 points per game for her. Number 24 is a senior, that's Mara Bishop. She averages 6 points per game. And number 34, a senior, Kenzie Johnston, rounding out the starting lineup. Kenzie averages 4 points per game. There's the starters for both Indianola and Norwalk.
Of course, Indianola starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care. Take a short time out for the national anthem. Back after this on 94.3 KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube for the start of this Warren County rivalry. Norwalk at Indianola on the one to count on KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube. Indianola Activities YouTube.
Question: who's Indianola's largest internet provider? The answer? IMU Fiber. IMU Fiber has signed up almost 3,000 customers in the last 3 years for their fast, reliable internet service. Give them a call and a local person will answer any questions you may have about their second-to-none service. Fewer slowdowns, fewer interruptions, and inside of more homes in Indianola than any other internet provider. That's IMU Fiber. Bringing hometown values to broadband services, IMU Fiber is here for you now and forever.
Have you heard? Z's Eatery and Draft House in Indianola has a brand new menu. The new menu features some of the favorites you've grown to love, like their famous Iowa pork tenderloin. But it also features some new items unique to Indianola and only found at Z's Eatery and Draft House, like their new seasonal cocktails. So stop in today, check out what's new, and have some of the best food in Indianola. Z's Eatery and Draft House, where friends become family. Proud supporters of Indianola High School athletics.
Ever get tired of everyone advertising rates like it's all they have to offer? Like auto rates.
3.09 APR, 3.94%, 4.72%.
Greater Iowa Credit Union is more than just rates. Greater Iowa supports local organizations, awards thousands in scholarships and classroom grants, and volunteers in our community. But in case you're wondering, they have great rates too. Current auto rates are as low as
1.99% APR.
Learn more at gicu.org.
Here at the Greg Young Extra Mile Institute, we teach our specialists how to provide the best customer experience.
Okay, class, who can name all 172 inspection points performed on every Greg Young pre-owned vehicle?
Engine oil and filter, shipped interlock, dry axle and transfer case clutch,
Correct.
Buy a pre-owned Silverado starting at only $25,500. 26 available. Find new roads. Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you. Does not include tax, title, tax, or GY extra mile plan. See dealer for details.
Welcome inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadron. Norwalk at Indianola tonight, and we are ready to go. As Rick, this game came down to dominating quarters. 1 from Norwalk, 2 from Indianola, and it'll be Blake versus Ava Johnson. And Ava wins the tip, or I should say Lauren wins, but it goes right over to Norwalk. It gets into the hands of Larson. Goes right side for Liv Johnson. Now back up top, Larson swings it over to JoJo Bice, who's defended by Naughton at the top of the volleyball line. Now over to Larson, left wing. Up top, Larson. Johnson. Now right side, Birmingham. Birmingham dribbles right. Back up top, Johnson. They're looking inside. Swings it around Larson. Dribbles in, back out. Into the hands of Liv Johnson. Now left side, Bice. Dribbles baseline, Birmingham. Straight to the hoop. Layup is up and does not fall. Tips the rebound out, but it goes over to Ortland. And Indianola gets a lucky stop as Ortland dribbles across half court. Picks up her dribble. Goes back to Naughton. Good defense from the Warriors, but Indianola still trying to score their first bucket. And left side, Bishop.
And we're seeing Norwalk coming out in that lady-to-lady defense right now.
Johnston, right side, kicks it into the corner, tipped out of bounds by Birmingham, and it will be Indianola ball in the corner with 7:04 left to go, quarter number 1, and both teams' defenses seeming strong so far.
Yeah, they are, and that play right there, she drives the baseline and kicks it out into the corner, that time intended for Naughton. Go ahead.
Now Blake gets it, deep three is up, no good, and rebounded by Ava Johnson, but she dragged her foot, I would say, on the rebound, and is whistled for a travel, and Indianola, despite the missed shot and the defensive rebound, will have the ball underneath. Bishop looks to pass it in. Finds Johnston underneath. Gets it back over to Bishop. Back up top, Ortland. Thought about a shot looking inside. Norwalk's interior defense proved to be very stout in their last matchup. Now Naughton has it out near half court. Gets a screen. Dribbles right. Past Birmingham. Into the corner, Ortland. Three-pointer. Too short, no good off the front of the rim, and the rebound picked up by Birmingham. Here comes Bice, dribbling left side, Naughton in pursuit. Bice jump stops but walked in the process of doing so, and with 6:35 to go, quarter number 1, Norwalk has 2 turnovers, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, no score yet, and a second turnover for the Norwalk Warriors. They committed one here on the far end, and now they come back on their offensive end and commit another turnover. And
well, now Birmingham nearly picked off a Naughton pass, but it goes out of bounds. Will remain with Indianola. Yeah. So I talked about better three-point shooting, Rick. Indianola already 0 for 2.
And good job by Bailey Birmingham getting that. Anticipation was there. Almost got it, but tipped it out of bounds. It stays with Indianola.
Ortland right wing. Up top, Johnston. Dribbles right. Hands it off to Ortland, top of the key. 0-0 score, 6:10 left to go, quarter number 1. Blake has it right wing deep, defended by Birmingham. Looks for Bishop on the cut. 5-second clock is counting. Fakes right, goes left, into the lane, into the corner. Bishop, shot fake. She dribbles through everybody, puts up a floater, and it rattles, does not fall. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds by Ava Johnson, and it still will remain with Indianola. 5:56 left to go in the first.
Yeah, great move by Mara Bishop that time. No shot there. Drove in, stopped, and took that little jump shot. Just could not get it to fall.
Naughton crosses over, kicks it out left side, and a foul is going to be called on the floor. Might be on Larson. We'll wait and see who the whistle is on, but it is on the Warriors.
I think so. I think
it is on Anna Larson.
She picks up her first, Andrew.
Team first whistle in the game as Bishop looks to pass it in, has to kick it all the way back out to Naughton up at the eye at half court. Dribbling right side. Now over to Kinsey Johnston. Back up top, Naughton. Indianola still searching for the first bucket. Both teams still searching for any points. 5:40 left to go in the first. Ortland has it left wing. Up top, Johnston. She sets her feet, takes the three, in and out, no good. Blake with an offensive rebound. Shot is up, no good. Looks for her own rebound. Gets it back out to Bishop, out to Ortland, back to Bishop. Down low to Blake, but no, it's through her hands. And Indianola turns it over. Birmingham grabs it. Dribbling left side, across half court, gets by her defender, going straight to the hoop, tries to split the defense, and a whistle's going to be called this time on the Indians, and I believe it was on the floor, and it will be Norwalk ball underneath.
And I'm thinking that might be
on Ortland.
Yeah, it is on Bryn Ortland. Except her first team foul.
So 5:19 left to go in the first. In case you missed it, presented by D. Yarman Ford. Neither team has been able to score. Norwalk gets the ball in, down low to Johnson. Kicks it back out, Larson. Shot fake, dribbles left. Goes underneath, goes back down to Liv Johnson, back out to Larson. Three-pointer, hits, knocks it down, and Anna Larson gets the scoring started with a triple, and Norwalk leads 3-0. Naughton dribbles left, over to Bishop. Shot fake and traveled. Tried to shot fake and drive inside, and traveled as she does so. So Indianola held scoreless through the first 3 minutes. Norwalk with just one bucket, but it's more than enough right now.
Yeah, right now they've got that 3-0 lead. They did a good job passing, trying to get it inside. Kinsey Johnson did a great job. They kicked it outside, and Larson just shot that three, made it good.
Now Ava Johnson's triple is up no good. Ortland with a rebound. Here comes Indianola with numbers. Goes down low, Blake. Tries to go into the lane, does so, kicks it out to Naughton. Fakes right, goes left, kicks it into the corner for Johnston. Looks for Blake down on the block. Turnaround shot is up no good. Birmingham was straight up, and the pass gets over to Bice. And I think, wow, Indianola gets the turnover. Lots of contact on both those plays. However, no fouls called. Blake for three for the tie. That one's too strong, and Birmingham comes up with it. And Norwalk will get it down the floor. 4:20 left to go in the first. We're almost halfway through the quarter, and it's still just 3-0. Larson has it right wing. Dribbling left, goes left side. Liv Johnson, deep three. That one doesn't hit anything, and Blake tries to grab the rebound, but it will be off of, are they going to say it's off of Norwalk? I think there's no way that wasn't off of Lauren Blake.
Unless she touched it after Lauren did, but they both were going up after
Well, they
it.
say it's Indianola ball, but a McCoy True Value timeout is going to be called by head coach Jeff Jansen with 4:05 left to go in the first. Norwalk leading 3-0. It's an easy Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset, Rick. Norwalk 3, Indianola nothing. Both teams with one team foul. And we're halfway through quarter number one.
Yeah, very tough out there defensively. Neither team have really been able to hit any outside shots, and then when they try to go inside, very physical so far. And on that play, I know Coach Martin was talking to one of the officials, and he was explaining, and I don't think she just wanted to know where they was going to probably take the ball out. It'll be taken out near the Indianola bench, but on the out of bounds. But Indianola will have possession of the basketball, and Laura Blake will put it in play.
So it'll be Indianola ball. Must have saw it come off of Johnson. Now they switch it. It'll be Warriors ball. So I think they ended up getting it right, to be totally honest, with 4:05 left to go in the first. Larson gets the ball into the corner. Down low, Bice. She got behind Naughton, but is going to be blocked by the backboard, and Blake grabs it. Going coast to coast, floaters up and in, and Lauren Blake gets the game scoring started for Indianola with over halfway through the first quarter. Dribbling right side, Larson picks up her dribble, looks inside Johnson. Indianola fans want 3 seconds. They're not going to get one. And Liv Johnson with a turnaround shot is up and in. And Indianola trailing 5-2. Blake trying to go coast to coast, puts up a floater, and it's up and in. And Blake just gets it and goes straight to the hoop. And it's back to a 1-point game. And Rick, that's how Indianola has to do it.
Yeah, they've got to be able to transition well, and they did the last couple times down. And Lauren Blake just takes it inside. It got taken away. We got a whistle. Oh, my.
Ava Johnson drove inside. Naughton tried to grab it. Naughton had it, but they called a jump ball before that could happen, and it's Indianola ball. Length of the floor to go. And the return of Kendall McDaniel, who is on the floor right now, has not played all season long. Good to see her back.
Yeah, and I love those tennis shoes, baby. She's got one's purple, one's got a little yellow and orange. It's great. See that? It's good to see her back on the floor.
Kendall McDaniel back on the floor for Indianola. Gets the ball right wing. Goes left to Ortland. Again, McDaniel as a freshman was a big contributor on last year's team. Blake gets the ball into McDaniel. Fakes right, goes left, left-handed. Shot is up and in, and 2 points. Her first of the season for the sophomore puts Indianola up 6-5.
Yeah, and the crowd over here just got into that. That's a great shot, little left-handed hook.
Bice drives to the hoop. Layup is up no good. Naughton tipped the rebound out, but it went right over to Ava Johnson, and then Naughton commits the foul, and Johnson will head to the free throw line for 2 shots with 2:42 left to go in the first.
Yeah, Kendall McDaniel picks up that foul just on that little reach in there. She was a little out of position, reached in, and she's going to get shots here at the free throw line. And Ava makes the first one.
So ties us up at 6 with 2:42 left to go in quarter number one. Good to see Kendall back. A shoulder injury has kept her out. Again, all season, this is her first appearance. Comes in, her first possession on offense, gets the point. A missed free throw, but no one grabbed the rebound for Indianola, and Norwalk gets it back. Dribbling inside, shot is up no good, and the rebound will go out of bounds, and it should be, no, they say it's Norwalk ball. I thought that should have been Indianola ball, but it will be Warriors ball underneath with 2:33 left to go in the first quarter.
David Johnson will take it out of bounds for Norwalk as they get it underneath their basket.
Larson has it left wing, picks up her dribble, kicks it over to Liv Johnson, now inside Ava Johnson finds a wide open JoJo Bice. Backdoor layup is up and in, and JoJo Bice gets her first score, and it's 8-6 Norwalk, 2:17 left to go, quarter number 1.
Yeah, there's an assignment there that was not, it wasn't complete. Now you got to drive to the basket.
Blake drove inside, looked like the ball was knocked out of her hands. Smith tried to grab it, but it goes right over to the Warriors. Bice gets it, goes to the hoop. Shot is up and in, and Bice has 4 in a row, and Norwalk leads 10-6. It is a 5-0 Norwalk run. Naughton with the ball. Gets a screen from McDaniel. Dribbles right, now goes left. Splits the defense to the hoop. Layup is up and in. And after 4 minutes of near zero scoring, this game is starting to really pick up as Larson gets it down low. Johnson, shot is up, no good. McDaniel fights for it, everybody fighting for it, and a jump ball is going to be called, and it will be Warrior ball with 1:35 to go in the first.
You know, you got 3 black shirts on the ball, you got 3 white shirts on the ball. What other call would there be but a jump ball right there? Great hustle, everybody's going after the ball. It's just, it's very physical down there on the floor, and now it'll be Norwalk putting the ball in play.
Agard comes in for the Warriors as the pass gets down low to Bice, who just turns around and puts it up and in, and she's got 6 in a row for the Warriors, who lead 11-8. Pass gets left. Blake over to McDaniel, open for 3 off the front of the rim, rattles around but falls, and McDaniel has 3 off the bench, 5 off the bench, and we're all knotted up.
And I think
there's a score update. I think Norwalk should have 12, to be totally honest. 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12. Unless they corrected a 3 to a 2, Rick.
Well, Les Larson's 3 was just a 2, but I thought she was back far enough, so maybe not.
Pass gets in, tipped by McDaniel and stolen away, and here comes Indianola. Bishop, left wing, shot fake, but traveled before she could drive in again. And Indianola gives it back and forth we go, Rick. These two teams not giving an inch.
That's the only thing I can think of, Andrew, is if Anna Larson's 3 in that corner was just a 2.
Behind passes are going to be tipped up and stolen away by Bishop on the dribble. Dribbles left side, Ortland. And Indianola sets up their offense. 52 seconds left to go in the first. Scoreboard says 11-11. Blake, left wing. Looks down low for Jill Smith, but it's going to be tipped up and stolen away. And Norwalk gets it after another Indianola turnover. Dribbling right side, Birmingham. Gets around her defender, goes baseline, and will be out of bounds. And Indianola ball, I think Birmingham was looking for contact from McDaniel, but it's not going to get called, and Norwalk turns it right back.
Yeah, she pretty much took that step out there and looking for somebody underneath. Nobody was there, so, she's definitely turnover now. 6 turnover for Norwalk, 5 turnovers for Indianola here.
30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Sorry, Rick. Yep. As Blake dribbles right side, gets a screen from McDaniel. Fakes the pass, goes right to the hoop. Layup is up and in. Blake's got 6, and Indianola reclaims the lead. 17 seconds to go in the first. Bice crosses half court. It is a 7-0 run for Indianola. Larson dribbling left side. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Bice dribbles baseline, gets around her defender. Layup is up, does not fall. Bishop grabs it. 2 seconds. 1 second. Half court heave is up, and it's no good and wouldn't have counted anyway. And Indianola leads 13-11 at the end of the first. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on KNIA. Well, we just lost connection, so we'll actually stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, Rick. Break down that first half because, again, it felt like both teams had runs and both teams had lapses in judgment, to say the least.
Definitely so, and it was 3 minutes into the ball game. We thought Anna Larson hit that 3 to make it 3-0, and they gave her the 3 up on the board. Now whether they changed that, I don't know, but right now they have 13-11. That's what it is, and it took a while for Indianola to get started, and it was Lauren Blake with a couple of drives. Coast to coast, she'd get a defensive rebound, go down to the other end, score, and then she did the same thing the second time. Took it all the way down to the other end, drove up, got to the bucket, and scored. She's got 6 points in the first half, Lauren Blake does. But Kendall McDaniel off the bench coming in, hits a 2 in the paint, little hook shot, little left-handed hook shot. Comes back about a minute or two later, they feed her outside, hits the 3, and right now it's halftime. second quarter action. Lauren Blake's going to put the ball in play. Indianola leading 13-12 as Indianola puts it in.
They put the extra point back up there.
All right, they did. So it was Anna Larson did have a
13-12 is the score, and we resume play. We're inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Blake gets the ball on the block. Turnaround shot is up, no good. She wanted a foul, but they're letting them play tonight. Pass goes left side to Braylon Clark. Goes up top, Larson. She pulls the trigger from three, doesn't hit anything, and will go out of bounds. And Norwalk with a good offensive set just needs to put that one down. And Indianola needs to shake it off, Rick, because there's calls on both sides to me. Both teams are looking for fouls, but the refs are really letting them play.
They are, and it's physical, but it's not brutally physical. They're playing good team basketball, both sides, defense both sides, in and out.
Johnston gets it up top. Naughton swings it around to Ortland. Indianola probing the outside of this Norwalk defense, leading 11-12. Naughton fakes the pass, splits the defense to the hoop. Layup is up and in, and Indianola leads 15-12.
That's what Emily Naughton does very well. She does that, fakes like she's going to pass it off, and all she needs is that little half step.
Well, Clark gets the ball and shuffles for the Warriors, and Indianola leads 15-12. We talked about it in our Greg Young Chevrolet Keys to the Game, Rick. Norwalk can't turn the ball over. They can't keep giving back these possessions to the Indians.
Well, and you're right. And same thing on Indianola's side. At the end of that first first quarter, I should say, it was 6-5 turnovers.
Well, I would just say Indianola has the offense to get back into it.
They
Norwalk
do.
Probably doesn't want to see this game get up too high in scoring. Blake, deep three is up, too short, no good. Long rebound goes to Ortland, however, and Ortland resets Indianola's offense. Dribbling up to the top of the key. Gets a screen from Johnston, now dribbles left. Gets it into the corner for Blake, defended by Birmingham. Birmingham doesn't fall for any shot fakes. Blake crosses over, goes into the lane, nearly loses the ball, but tips it out to Bishop. Now she dribbles left, puts up a floater, and it rattles home, and Mara Bishop's on the board, and Indianola starts off a 4-0 run to begin the quarter number 2.
Yeah, we talk about the outside shooting. They got 1-3. That came from Kendall McDaniel, but they've had quite a few drives to the bucket where those shots have been 8 feet and in, and Indianola's done a very nice job of that.
Agard gets it over to Larson, who's drive inside, nearly falls, but goes off the rim. And now Blake trying to go coast to coast. Dribbles left into the corner. Ortland for three. Too strong, no good. Not with an offensive rebound, however. Kicks it back out to Bishop. Inside Blake. Shot fake, up and under, tries to split the defense, hits the deck. Referees letting it go. Offensive rebound tried to be picked up by Naughton, who dives to the floor. Naughton comes up with it. And a whistle and a McCoy True Value timeout is going to be called by head coach Jeff Jansen. And both teams hustling their heart out right now, and it's Indianola ball.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep up, and you're doing a great job of that. But it was Blake. She couldn't quite handle it. Came across, I think, in the middle there. One of the Norwalk players got a hand on it, and Blake had to get it, recovered it. She recovered it, got it out front, and Naughton got it. Then it was kind of tipped away, and then Norwalk had it. And then Naughton dove forward on the floor. She came up with it, timeout called. And that was just a great, they're on the floor. These young ladies on these teams, they're playing hard. And this is going to be one of those games tonight. It's going to be left on the floor. And I want to talk a little bit about the officiating. They're letting them play. It's not, it's good, strong defense on both sides, offense on both sides. They are really doing a good job, and they're playing some good basketball out there. And that's the kind of basketball I think the fans love to see. If there's a foul, they call it. And we've only had 3 fouls for Indianola and 1 against Norwalk, but it's been that type of a physical ball game. And that's kind of one that I think the fans enjoy. Indianola will have it. They'll put it on the far side here, and Laura Bake will put it in play. Go ahead.
Well, let's do, in case you missed it, presented by DeArmond Ford. Indianola went the first 4 minutes of the first quarter without scoring. In fact, there was only 3 points scored total in the first 4 minutes of the opening quarter, but now it's exploded over the last quarter and a half. Indianola leads 17-12, dribbling right side. Naughton nearly lost it, but gets it over to Blake. Now Blake nearly gets it tipped out of her hands by Birmingham, who's been shadowing her all game long. Blake into the corner. Bishop for three. Too strong, no good. And Johnson snags the rebound in Norwalk, looking for some consistency on the offensive end. Bice gets it, speeding by everyone. Gets it up court to Clark, down low on the block, back out to Ava Johnson. She dribbles right into the lane, spin move, kicks it over to Clark. Three-pointer. Too strong, no good, and Johnston tried to grab the rebound, and it will go out of bounds, and Norwalk ball underneath. 5:14 left to go in the quarter, and the Warriors have not scored yet in this second quarter, Rick, and I feel like a drought for Norwalk hurts a lot more than a drought for Indianola because, again, Indianola wants to pick this pace up. Norwalk wants to slow it down. Bice drives inside, jumper is up and in, and she's got 8. And JoJo Bice taking over on offense, scored their last 8 points for the Warriors. Naughton dribbles, tries to split the defense. Layup is up. How did that one go? An early nominee for our Z's Eatery and Draft House. Drive to the basket. Emily Naughton with another 2.
She was covered. Defense was tough right there. She got that up and up above the rim, and it fell in.
Liv Johnson goes over to Ava Johnson. How did that one not go? And it does not fall. A left-handed layup is up, no good, and Indianola grabs the rebound. Cross-court pass, tipped up and stolen away by Bites. She speeds by everyone. It's a 1-on-3. She doesn't care. Left-handed layup is up and in. She's got 10 in a row for the Warriors, and Coach Martin calls a McCoy True Value timeout, and it's 19-16 Indianola over Norwalk. 4:32 left to go in the second.
Well, we know what kind of a ball player JoJo Bice is, and she's proven it here tonight. She's come out. She's really putting the back of this Norwalk team, putting it on her back right now, and her drives to the bucket. I thought that pass underneath, what a great pass to, I think it was Johnson underneath.
It was Liv to Ava.
It was just a great pass. And how that did not go in, I don't know. But, boy, I thought that was down. Next thing you know, we've got the rebound. We're headed down the other end of the floor. All right, we've got the timeout here by Norwalk. Indianola leading 19-16 over Norwalk as both teams come out of the timeout. 4:32 to go here left in the second quarter, first half action. And Indianola will have it. It'll be Lauren Blake. A little bit of pressure put on by
This
Birmingham.
has been token pressure all game from the Warriors. They're just not allowing anything easy. 4.5 to go before halftime. Indians lead 19-16, then Naughton with the ball. Crosses over left side to Ortland. They look for Blake at the elbow, can't find her. Into the corner for Naughton. Shot fake, dribbles baseline, back out to Blake. She'll take the 3. Too strong, no good. Bice tracks down the rebound. Norwalk can get within 1 or tie with a 3. Bice dribbles left, goes over to Larson, goes up top. Ava Johnson in the lane. Turnaround shot is off the backboard, no good. Blake with the rebound. Under 4 minutes to go before halftime, and Blake's on the move. Picks up her dribble, goes right side, Naughton. Finds a cutting Jill Smith, straight to the hoop. Tried to go to McDaniel. It was well read by Liv Johnson, and a foul's going to be called, I think, on McDaniel, which would be her second. And with 3:50 to go in the quarter, Indianola commits their 4th team foul.
And that'll be number 2 for McDaniel, as McDaniel and Jill Smith checked into that lineup here on that last timeout for Indianola.
Naughton, Blake, Smith, McDaniel, and Ortland on the floor for Indianola. They go backdoor to Birmingham. She can't quite handle the easy pass, but another foul is going to be called on the floor. They get, I believe, Ortland for kind of wrapping around Birmingham. You can reach for the ball, you can't wrap around the player, and that's going to be 2 on Ortland, 5th on Indianola. Let's do a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 3:38 left to go in the first half. Indianola 19, Norwalk 16. Indianola with 5 team fouls. Norwalk with just 1. Birmingham gets the ball into the corner. Bice double teamed. Her pass is tipped up and stolen away by Blake. Indianola running the floor. Blake trying to go coast to coast. Layup is up, no good, and Birmingham grabs it right back. Now she's trying to go coast to coast. Defended by a couple Indianola players as she gets it over to Bice. Goes left side. Liv Johnson on the baseline. Finds Ava Johnson wide open underneath. Layup is up and in, and she's on the board with her first field goal, and it's 19-18, 3:10 to go before halftime.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of a error there. We didn't quite get back, make that coverage, and she got the easy bucket, and the pass was a good pass to her. She cut to the basket.
Smith picks up her dribble, goes up top, Bishop. 2:53 and counting to go in the quarter. Blake right wing, finds McDaniel. Cross-court pass going to be tipped up and stolen away, and no, Norwalk can't quite save it inbounds. Liv Johnson had the read, but it will be out of bounds. Indianola ball on the sideline.
Yeah, Kendall McDaniel looked over. She thought she had an opening, but she was right there. Probably should have held that ball and maybe turned around, maybe taken that shot. But, yeah, anyway, it's their first time back in, so.
Well, Warriors are in a 2-3 zone, and a cross-court pass intended for McDaniel. Blake went for it, and they fought each other for it, and Indianola turns it back over with 2:37 left to go in the second quarter as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, a little sloppy with their passes on that exchange down here on the offensive end. Now Norwalk will have the basketball.
Bice dribbles left, hands off to Liv Johnson. Now up to Larson up top. Dribbling right, goes right at Bishop, kicks it over to Birmingham. Birmingham averages 10 points per game as a freshman. Step back three is up off the back of the rim and over the top of the backboard, out of bounds. And we've stagnated a little bit here, Rick. 19-18. Indianola's offense has gone quiet, and Norwalk's back within one.
Yeah, they've got 6 points here. We got 2:15 and counting to go here. Indianola now has the basketball, and let's see what they can do as they bring it across into the forward court.
Naughton crosses over two defenders, splits the defense, floater is up off the backboard, no, but Bice grabs it. Bice dribbles left, gets it into the corner for Birmingham. Back up top, Larson. They look inside for Johnson. One-on-one with Bishop. Finds a cutter. No, it's off the mark and out of bounds, and Norwalk gives it right back as we see Kinsey Johnston come back in for Kendall McDaniel. Good minutes again from the sophomore. I like what Coach Jansen's doing, Rick, getting her in for just a couple minutes at a time.
And that's what you need to do. Somebody hadn't played all year, basically, and you got to get her in, give her some time. Get her in there, get her kind of get the feel of that game, and right now Kinsey Johnson back in for Indianola in the final minute 40 here in the first half. 2-3
zone for the Warriors as Bishop gets it up top to Naughton. Both defenders up top kind of shadowing Naughton as now Johnston has it on the side, and now she nearly loses it and gets it over to Bishop. Norwalk fans wanted an over and back, but her foot never split or went on the other side, and now Johnston drives to the hoop and is fouled in the attempt of doing so. Indianola turned a potential turnover into 2 free throws here from Kinsey Johnston.
Yeah, great job that time. Kinsey had it out near the half court. I thought she got fouled. They didn't make a call there, but anyway, then she regrouped, cut down the middle. They fed her inside. She couldn't make the bucket, but she goes to the free throw line. She nails the first one, Andrew.
And again, for that to be over and back, the ball has to cross. Your foot can go back over, as long as the ball doesn't cross back, I believe.
She never got near that either. So,
and Johnston makes them both.
It's not a line out there that's defining. From the stands, it really doesn't define it that well, but she wasn't close to it.
Johnson double teamed on the right side. Up top to Birmingham, who just lost the ball and is on the deck, tried to get it off, and it goes off of Norwalk and out of bounds. I'm not sure how, no whistle there, and I don't know what happened to Birmingham. It looked like she just kind of fell backwards, and it will be Indianola ball.
She falls backwards, and her minute her feet come up. That's traveling. So it is a turnover by Norwalk, their 10th one of the first half.
Bishop up top to Smith. Over to Blake. They tried to go down low to Johnston, but Norwalk was waiting right for it, and with under a minute to go before halftime, Birmingham dribbles left. Naughton knocks it out of bounds, and it will remain with the Warriors. 50.9 to go on the clock. Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show ready to come here at halftime. But we still got a little bit before that happens. Larson gets it in over to Liv Johnson. Down low, Ava Johnson, double teamed on the block. Johnston just ripping up for it, and one referee says travel and the other says jump ball, and they're going to go with a travel, and the Warriors turn it over.
I'm not so sure the young official over there was going to call a foul, to tell you the truth, but we got the traveling call. They looked at each other, and he goes, yeah, okay. So anyway, it's a turnover for Norwalk.
Indianola, I wouldn't think, is holding for the final shot here. We'll see what Coach Jansen wants to do as Blake has to dribble out of a 5-second call. Kicks it into the corner for Kinsey Johnston. Gets it on a post entry to Blake. Cross court over to Bishop. Three-pointer. Off the mark, no good, and it goes over the backboard and out of bounds anyway with 24 seconds to go in quarter number 2, and the Warriors can get within one or a tie.
Yeah, I think that one, you want to take that shot now. Your defense, get it back, put a little pressure on, which they're doing against Norwalk right now.
Cross-court pass goes to JoJo Bice. 15 seconds to go. Ball's on the deck, and somehow Bishop comes up with it. Smith gets it right side. Blake looking for cutters. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Blake, spin move, goes up, splits the defense. Lots of contact, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Lauren Blake, as it looked like Ava Johnson takes the charge, and the Warriors will have it with 4.8 seconds to go in the second quarter. What a defensive job from Ava Johnson.
Yeah, she got down there, and then Lauren got called.
Bice gets it over to Birmingham. Half-court heave at the buzzer is up, no good, and that does it for half number 1. Indianola 21, Norwalk 18. Back inside for the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show after this.
At McCoy True Value in Indianola, we appreciate our customers and the business they choose to do with us. To show our appreciation, we're offering our customers a buy one, get one paint sale, up to 10 gallons off our Easy Care interior paint, Easy Care exterior paint, and Woodsman stain. That's a lot of paint for not a lot of cost. So stop into McCoy True Value between February 15th through the 28th and take advantage of our customers' appreciation buy one, get one paint sale only at McCoy True Value with service with heart.
At Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola, they make buying your next new or used vehicle and servicing your vehicle as simple and quick as possible, so you can get back on the road in no time. If you're in the market for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, simply visit SouthtownCDJ.com. Calculate your monthly payment, then schedule a time to come pick up your new ride. If you need your vehicle serviced, you can schedule your service, drop your vehicle off, and pay online at SouthtownCDJ.com. From parts and service to financing on your next ride, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola.
Your Indianola YMCA would like to invite you to stop by your local Y and discover the many benefits of belonging to a nonprofit organization dedicated to building strong kids, strong families, and strong communities. Improve your health and fitness, learn new skills, connect with others. It's all waiting for you at the Y. They'd love to give you a tour and offer you a free pass so you can try the Y for yourself. Call or stop in today and find out more. Your Indianola YMCA, it's where you belong.
You don't want to pick up garbage, but lucky for you, someone else does. Your hometown choice for garbage is TRM Disposal in Indianola. They offer dumpster and roll-off rentals for construction jobs, small remodeling jobs, or basement cleanups. Seriously, if you need to distress, clean out your entire house, throw it in a dumpster, and let TRM Disposal pick it up.
This is Sarah with TRM Disposal, where we pride ourselves on being a local, family-owned company with old-fashioned customer service.
Welcome to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. We're on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. And Rick, we got what we wanted, a close contest between these Warren County rivals. Indianola 21, Norwalk 18, and it's been back and forth all game.
It has been, and both sides, offense, defense, they've just played tremendously well. Both teams' defense. Now, I think the difference here, and we look at this, 21-18, Indianola has that lead here at half. I look at the turnovers, 12 turnovers for the Norwalk Warriors, 8 for Indianola in that first half. Scoring-wise, JoJo Bice leading the Norwalk Warriors with 10 right now. For Indianola, it's Blake and Emily Naughton with 6 apiece. And off the bench, Kendall Daniels with 5 for the scoring there in the first half. Rounded out with Bishop with 2, Kenzie Johnson with 2. For Norwalk, Ava Larson has 3. That was that first 3, come like 4 minutes into the ball game. That was the first score of the ball game right there with Anna Johnson, I should say, hitting that
Anna
3.
Larson.
Anna Larson. I'm getting them all screwed up here. It's like I'd never done this before. Olivia Johnson with 2 and Ava Johnson with 3 for Norwalk. And like I said, Anna Larson hit that first 3 with the first 4 minutes. 4 minutes into the ball game, and the first points were put up on the board. So what a great job there. It's close, 21-18. We're here at the half, and it's just kind of been back and forth. Rebounds, Andrew, they're tied at 9 total between these two teams. Although Indianola has 5 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive, and Norwalk has 7 defensive rebounds. So on that side, when Indianola is shooting, they're picking up the defensive rebound and bringing it down the floor. And of course, as we noted at the end of the first quarter, it was 13-12, and we are here at the half, with Indianola scoring 8 in that second quarter and Norwalk just scoring 6 in the second quarter to make it a 21-18 score at the half.
All right, well, we'll take a short timeout, second half adjustments when we come back on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube and the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show. Again, Indianola 21, Norwalk 18, back after this. 18, back after this.
Good Samaritan Society in Indianola is committed to providing an unprecedented level of quality service, compassionate care, and range of amenities to ensure the residents enjoy a carefree, fulfilling lifestyle that is tailored to their needs. Proudly serving Warren County and the surrounding Des Moines areas, their friendly, professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bringing you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person. Give them a call today at 515-302-6791 and get the next journey of your life started the right way today. At Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola, they make buying your next new or used vehicle and servicing your vehicle as simple and quick as possible, so you can get back on the road in no time. If you're in the market for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, simply visit SouthtownCDJ.com. Calculate your monthly payment, then schedule a time to come pick up your new ride. If you need your vehicle serviced, you can schedule your service, drop your vehicle off, and pay online at SouthtownCDJ.com. From parts and service to financing on your next ride, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola.
I mean, let's face it. In Iowa, when it comes to winter weather, you never know what you're going to get. Wouldn't it be nice to know that whatever's happening outside your furnace is prepared to handle it? With quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning by your side, you'll have the confidence to know you'll have that quality warmth inside all winter long. So when it comes to staying warm this winter, call Joe at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola.
Show your vehicle some love this month with the help of Michelin. At Downey Tire Pros, they offer special financing on the purchase of any qualifying Michelin passenger or light truck SUV tires. We got the options to fit any need. With Downey Tire Pros by your side, you can get the tires, traction, and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit online today at DowneyTire.com. Downey Tire Pros, love the drive. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See store for complete details.
Welcome back to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show. 94.3 KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Rick, no Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates as of yet. I'll try and find some, but I do want to mention Indianola boys swimming made the state meet. 9 events, I believe it was. Indianola wrestling made the dual state meet. Wrestling qualifiers for individuals is tomorrow, so we're going to have a lot of action for both Indianola, Norwalk, local area wrestling, and of course swimming, all on KNIA, KRLS.com. But it's just a fun time of year postseason for everybody, and we couldn't have asked for a better game to round out the Little Hawkeye Conference regular season.
Yeah, it is. It's a busy time for everyone, and that not only includes the athletics part of it, but the other activities. The band, the music folks, they're busy doing a lot of things too. So everybody's busy this time of the year, and it's just got a lot of things going on. And like you said, Andrew, one thing I didn't mention about the first half stats, both teams got to the free throw line. Indianola was 2 for 2, and Norwalk was 1 out of 2 in that first half.
Well, Norwalk with just the 1 foul, too. I mean, that's credit to the Warriors for playing really disciplined, and 5 for Indianola. 2 on Ortland, 2 on McDaniel, 1 on Blake, and that 1 on Blake was an offensive foul for the Indians. Second half adjustments for me, Indianola has to avoid cold stretches on offense. Again, 4 minutes without scoring in a quarter, that's going to be really tough to come back from. If you're Norwalk, to me, I get the ball in the hands of JoJo Bice and let her go nuts. I mean, that's been their offense so far, and it's really worked out for them.
Yeah, JoJo Bice has been extraordinary for scoring here, but I'm impressed with number 20, the freshman. That's Bailey Birmingham. She is just doing a tremendous job defensively out there. She has 4 defensive rebounds for Norwalk in that first half, and she has just kind of been out there everywhere. She has no points. She's taken a couple shots at the basket. That's it. But, boy, what she's done defensively, and I think she's got a hand or 2 on the ball. I think she's at least got 1 steal, but she's had her hand on the ball out there. I'm really impressed with Bailey on how she's playing out there in this first half. But you are right, JoJo Bice, that's the key to them. Liv Johnson, she's got 2, and Ava Johnson. They had a couple good combinations in there.
Let's take a look at the road ahead, presented by Good Samaritan Society of Indianola. Both teams, this is their season finale, regular season finale, I should say. Norwalk will play Wednesday against Newton. They will host the Cardinals for the third, well, they won't host them for the third time, but they'll play the Cardinals for the third time this season, while Indianola will play next Saturday and await the winner of Oskaloosa Fairfield. So that's the road ahead for both squads. When it comes to your road ahead, think of Good Samaritan Society of Indianola, where their professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bring you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person, mind, body, and spirit. That wraps up the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola, working with you and for you. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, start of quarter number 3.
And I'll quickly mention in that Class 4A Region 5, as they put it in play, Bondurant is the bottom part of that bracket.
Indianola and Norwalk could match up again if Norwalk can win against Newton and then take down Bondurant, as Birmingham's shot is going to be blocked for the first offensive possession of quarter number 3, and Indianola gets it right back, leading 21-18. Naughton gets a screen left, goes to Bishop, shot fake, dribbles right, well defended by Johnson, now over to Ortland. Up top, Blake at the volleyball line, gets a screen from Johnston, dribbles left, splits the defense up and under, and a foul is going to be called. That'll be on Liv Johnson, her first, team first of the second half, and we'll see if they do count that shooting for Lauren Blake, and she'll head to, no, they say on the floor. Yep. Didn't think they'd get away with that one.
You don't get that continuation here at
Indianola thought that maybe if I just go up to the free throw line and act like I was shooting, we'll get the shooting, but I think that one was on the floor and a good call by the referee. Bishop looks for somewhere to go, has to just chuck it up to Blake up at the volleyball line on the out-of-bounds play. Blake over the top pass finds Johnston. Dribbles right over to Naughton. She dribbles into the lane, kicks it into the corner for Bishop. Up top, Ortland steps into a 3. Too strong, no good. Offensive rebound, thought Johnston had it, but it will go to the deck, and a jump ball is called. Johnston and Ava Johnson force it, and it's Indianola ball with the possession.
Yeah, that time, and from my angle here, looking at it, and we're got the back side of it, looks like Ava reached in there and tried to get it, but they called it jump ball, but Indianola will have it out of bounds underneath their basket.
Bishop passes it into Ortland. They try to get it into Johnston. Tries an up and under move. Post move is up, no good. And Ava Johnson with the rebound. And Norwalk again can get within close. Birmingham gets it over to Larson. Down low. Johnson. Shot is up and in. And that's Liv Johnson with the 2. And it is 21-20. 6:55 left to go in the third quarter. Norwalk and Indianola, low scoring contest. And it hasn't been much more than 5, I think, was the biggest lead for either team. Blake has it right wing, and a 5-second call is going to be called. And Blake just held on to the ball too long with Birmingham right in her face, and Indianola turns it right back over.
That's kind of uncharacteristic right there. Usually Blake looks if there's a move or something to be put on. I think she was maybe waiting for something to get set up. But in the meantime, she gets called for the 5-second and a turnover.
Larson has the ball, goes left Birmingham. Down low Johnson. Over. Shot is up and in, and Norwalk reclaims the lead. Ava Johnson with a post move and gets it up and in, and it's 22-21, a 4-0 run for the Warriors to start the third quarter. Indianola scoreless through the first minute, 45 seconds of the third. Naughton dribbles right, crosses over. Norwalk fans want to carry, and they got a good case of one, but Naughton gets it over to Johnston, who finds Blake. Blake dribbles left, into the corner, Bishop, shot fake, down low, Blake on the block, goes right at Birmingham, shot is up and in, and Lauren Blake, her first point since the first quarter, puts Indianola back up front, 23-22, and Indianola puts the press on. This is what got them back into the game in the first matchup, and now Ortland gets the steal and saves it inbounds over to Kinsey Johnston, and Norwalk turns it over off the Indianola pressure. Naughton dribbles left side, splits the defense, hesitation move, can't finish the layup, and Liv Johnson is there to snag the rebound. Finds Bice, who goes coast to coast, layup is up, and on the floor, they call a foul before the layup can go down, and Indianola will be whistled for their first foul of the second half.
And
it's on Johnston, her first.
Kinsey will pick up her first.
In case you missed it, presented by DeArmond Ford, the first time Kendall McDaniel is seeing the floor this season. Already 5 points in the first half and checks back in here in the third. So in case you missed it, presented by DeArmond Ford. Indianola Playing defense on Larson, who has it for the Warriors. Into the corner, Bice. Down low, Johnson. McDaniel playing with 2 fouls. Johnson tried to find, I thought, Bice, but it goes over to Larson. Now Johnson dribbles baseline. Kicks it into the corner. Bice going in on Naughton. Spin move straight to the hoop. Layup is up and in. And JoJo Bice continuing her strong play. She's got 12, half of Norwalk's points, and it's 24-23. Blake traveled before she put up a deep 2 up and in, and Indianola will give it back.
Wow, that's totally right there. I mean, that's good defense by Norwalk there, putting that pressure on, and Lauren Blake picks up the turnover.
Now Blake is going to get the turnover herself, intercepting a pass. Splits the defense, out to Ortland for 3 in the lead. Knocks it down! And Brent Ortland gets us tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by the Indianola YMCA, as Indianola reclaims the lead 26-24. When it comes to no matter where you are on your journey, the Y is where you can be, belong, and become. Explore their offerings to discover new ways to connect your purpose, potential, and each other at the Indianola YMCA, as Bice drives baseline, and a foul is going to be called on Mara Bishop with 4:33 left to go in the third quarter. First foul on Bishop, second on Indianola in this second half, and Norwalk ball underneath.
And Norwalk with just their first foul in the second half, and they've only committed 2 fouls in this whole ball game.
And now a jump ball is going to be forced by Kendall McDaniel off the inbounds play. It will remain with the Warriors, however. And Coach Jill Martin, I think, was looking for a foul call against McDaniel there, and that's what I thought it was too, which would have been her third. But McDaniel must have gotten all ball down there.
Well, and then I think she got it when the pass came in, and as the Norwalk player turned, and the whistle came a little bit later, but they had the right call, I believe.
Ava Johnson drives inside, puts it up, and is fouled, and gets the 2. And we're all knotted up at 26, and a chance at an and 1 for Ava Johnson. Just a strong drive inside, and gets the score up and in.
Yeah, that was just a great move by her. She took it up, took it in, and that's on Lauren Blake. She'll pick up her second foul.
Free throw is in and out, and Blake grabs the rebounds. Blake fakes the pass, goes to the hoop, layup is up, does not fall. Naughton grabs it and resets the offense for Indianola. Naughton goes over the top to Blake, down low. Shot is up and in, and Blake gets it to fall. And Indianola reclaims the lead, 28-26, and when they score, they can get this press back on.
Yeah, Indianola gets that inside to Blake, and she just has not been able to stop her tonight.
Johnson's pass going to be picked off by Naughton, but she tried to save it inbounds but stepped on the sideline, so it will go right back to Norwalk. You're listening to Indianola High School basketball, powered by Community First Credit Union on AM 1320, FM 94.3, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola. Bice drives inside, puts up a floater. It's short, no good. Blake with a rebound. Takes some contact from Bice, but retains possession. And Indianola tries to grow their 2-point lead. 3:45 left to go in the third. Blake pulls up, three-pointer. Knocks it down! Hand in her face, and Blake explodes, and she's got 13, and it's 31-26.
That's 5 steps beyond the three-point circle. What a great shot. She's just confidence to take that, and that's a big shot by Lauren Blake right now.
Bice gets it over to Larson, right side. Johnson, three-pointer to answer, off the rim, no good. Birmingham right there, tries to sweep around McDaniel, and they're going to get a foul called, and Birmingham hits the deck, and that'll bring Bailey Birmingham to the free throw line for 2. That's on Ortland, her third. Team 4th in this third quarter. So we're going to see Jill Smith come onto the floor for Ortland.
Birmingham will be up there. She's first opportunity tonight, Andrew, and Bailey makes that first one. Good free throw shooter, shooting 73% on the season. Just a great job by her, and she nails that first one. Second attempt coming up here.
And her first points of the night, too, comes on 2 of 2 free throws at the line, and it's 31-28. Indianola leads with 3:15 left to go in the third. Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 3:10 to go before the final 8 minutes. Indianola 31, Norwalk 28. Indianola with 4 team fouls, Norwalk with just 1. Pass over to McDaniel for 3. Knocks it down! Kendall McDaniel's back in. 8 points off the bench for the sophomore forward.
Student body was just emphatic about that. What a great shot by McDaniel.
Over the top pass finds Bice. Gets by her, takes some contact, passes deflected and stolen away by Blake. Blake now gets out in front. Indianola does not have numbers. They find Smith. Shot fake, dribbles left, splits the defense, tries to get it up, and a foul is going to be called, and that will send Jill Smith to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, coming off the bottom of that, I think, Birmingham, I believe, is going to pick up that foul.
No, that'll be on Agard, her first.
Yeah, check that. Yeah, they were both right there. Number 40. Yeah, good call there. Jill Smith.
Hits the first of 2. Smith coming off the bench gives Indianola 9 bench points, which, again, Jill Smith, normally the only bench player coming off for Indianola, now going 7 deep with the addition of McDaniel, and Jill cannot hit the second, and it's 35-28. Indianola has their biggest lead of the night as Larson dribbles down and must have dragged the back foot and travels and turns it over, and Norwalk gives it right back to Indianola. 2:34 left to go in the third.
Yeah, that was one of those. She knew where the pass was going to go, but she drug her back foot and just didn't release the ball quick enough is what it was right there. Good hustle and great defense, and now Indianola has the basketball.
Naughton dribbles left, puts up a left-handed floater, and that one was wild, and it's going to be picked up by Birmingham. And now a jump ball is going to be forced by Naughton, and that saves the possession for Indianola, and Naughton gets it right back.
And it's on the forward end. They're going to take it out underneath their basket. That's where the ball's going to be taken out. It'll be Mara Bishop putting the ball in play for Indianola.
So it'll be Indianola ball underneath. Bishop gets it up top to Blake. Fakes right, goes left, splits the defense into the rim, or into the lane, Shot is up off the rim, no good, and Norwalk grabs it. Bice into the corner for Larson. Back up top, Birmingham, no, stolen away by Blake. She's going one-on-one with the freshman towards the hoop. Left-handed layup is up, no good, and a foul is called, and Birmingham will be whistled, and that sends Blake to the free throw line for 2 shots with 2:02 left to go in the third. Well, we have a moment. Let's congratulate tonight's fan of the game. That's presented by Godfather's Express. You're going to win a free single topping large pizza, so if you'd like to be our fan of the game, stop by Godfather's Express to register, then listen in to the next Indianola broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game. Presented by Godfather's Express.
What a great steal by Lord Blake. Drove down, went up against the freshman, and drew the foul. Free throw is good by Lauren Blake. Her first attempts tonight, Andrew, at the charity stripe. Makes it good.
5-0 Indianola run. Spurred by a Kendall McDaniel three-pointer as Blake makes them both, and Indianola has their biggest lead of the night, 37-28. Bice gets it over to Johnson, crosses half court. Birmingham, three-pointer to answer. That one's off the mark, no good. Blake with the rebound, and with 1:52 left to go in the third, Indianola tries to get into a double-digit lead. Naughton down low, McDaniel one-on-one, turnaround shot is up too strong. Good defense by Agard, and here comes Bice trying to answer and climb Norwalk out of a bit of a rut. Gets it to Johnson, back to Bice, goes baseline, shot fake, double teamed, back up top. Larson swings it around Johnson, dribbles into the lane, kicks it down low. Agard straight to the hoop, layup is up, no good, but a foul is going to be called, and good ball movement from the Warriors leads to 2 free throws from Sam Agard.
And it'll be Jill Smith, number 5, picking up that that foul, and that's her second, I believe.
Will be a second on Jill Smith, and now up to 5 fouls. And Agard stops a mini Norwalk drought. It's been a while since they made it 31-28 with about 4.5 to go. So 3 minutes or so without the Warriors scoring the ball. Agard's second free throw rattles around, does not fall, and Smith grabs it. Gets it over to Blake, right wing. Crosses over, splits the defense into the corner. Bishop open for 3. In and out, no good. Jill Smith right there, gets it down low to Blake, tries to get it over back to Jill Smith, looking for a foul, not going to find one, and it goes right back to the Warriors.
That Bison and Blake, that's a good matchup down there, both back and forth, and Lauren looking for that foul. A little bit of push by JoJo Bice, wasn't going to get it. It goes off of Jill Smith's leg, like you said, and pressure being put on now by Indianola. They're closing that up here.
1:10 left to go in the third. Bice finds a cutting Johnson. Indianola fans wanted a walk. They're not going to get one, and I think Liv Johnson got away with a walk. But either way, Bice gets it. Left side, goes towards the hoop. Layup is up, no good. Naughton grabs the rebound. Nearly gets it knocked away. Ball's on the deck. Everyone fighting for it. Somehow Naughton gets it over to Smith. Dribbling right side. Kicks it down low to Kinsey Johnston. Lost the ball for a second, and a foul is going to be called on Bice. It looks like that'll be her first, team 4th, with 49.5 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, set this up for you here. We got 49 seconds left here in this third quarter. 5 team fouls for Indianola, 4 team fouls for Norwalk right now. And Mara Bishop will put it in play right in front of the Indianola bench.
So it'll go out to Naughton. Dribbling left. Naughton into the lane. Tries a crossover, goes into the lane, shot is up no good, and Larson with great defense grabs the rebound after forcing the missed shot. Larson dribbles out through the court, gets it over to Bice. Into the corner, back up top, down low to Johnson on the block, double teamed. Johnston and just fighting for the ball, tips it away and comes up with it, and now out of bounds off of the Warriors, and Kinsey Johnston with a great defensive play gives it right back to Indianola.
Yeah, good job in there, and Johnson had it down low. It looked like she was going to go up with it, but she brings the ball down to her waist, and Kinsey Johnson just grabs it, takes it away, and then in the process it goes off of Norwalk, and Indianola will put the ball in play, and we've got
20
Blake.
seconds to go in the third. Blake with it right side over to Naughton. 15 seconds. Naughton dribbles left, goes by Larson, but Larson recovers. And a foul's going to be called on the floor on Anna Larson. Lots of contact, and then they call a touch foul. They've kind of been letting that go all night, to be totally honest. It'll be Indianola ball underneath. Both teams now with 5 team fouls with 10 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, they set out the out-of-bounds play. Mara Bishop will throw it in.
Over the top to Blake, who touched it and will have to try and save it in. And with 8.5 seconds to go, Indianola turns it over in the third quarter, and Norwalk has a chance to dig into this 8-point deficit.
8.5 seconds left. That's the third turnover by Indianola here in this third quarter. Norwalk has committed 7 in this third quarter.
Bice splits the defense straight to the hoop. Layup is up, does not fall. Ball's on the deck. Larson with the rebound, puts it back up and in at the buzzer, and it's a 6-point game heading into the final 8 minutes. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
The Indianola Hy-Vee is your place for Valentine's Day. Get a 12-stem rose bouquet for that special someone for $19.99. Valentine's Date Night In dinner packages, $30, $65, or $45 for 2. Get a North Atlantic lobster tail for $8.99, large cooked shrimp for $15.98 a pound, and for dessert, Tuxedo Cakery Bar for $14.99. The Indianola Hy-Vee is your place for Valentine's Day.
Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is continuing to offer top-notch orthopedic care during these challenging times, and we are expanding. Here to serve you for your comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine needs locally in Indianola, and with an exciting new service in our Clive location for orthopedic walk-in care, no appointment needed. Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, getting you back in the game. For more information and a list of services, go to dsmcapitalortho.com.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA Warriors ball. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swatner. Indianola 37, Norwalk 31, as Larson has it, trying to dig into this 2-possession deficit. As Ava Johnson has it out, now back out to Larson on the wing. Into the corner for Bice, dribbles baseline. Bice dribbles by everyone, back up top. 3-pointer off the back of the rim, no, by Clark, and it will be long rebounded, however, out to Johnson. She's double-teamed, tries to split the defense, loses the ball, and Kinsey Johnston grabs it and is fouled by Ava Johnson, her first, team 6th, and Indianola shooting free throws for the remaining 7:35 of this game, Rick.
Yeah, key right there, 6-5 in fouls right now. Both, Indianola now puts it in play. A little pressure being put on by Norwalk as Larson comes up as we bring it across half court with Emily Naughton.
Well, for the Warriors, it has to start on the defensive side of the ball. They cannot allow points because Norwalk points are at a premium right now as Naughton dribbles it inside, splits the defense, cannot finish underneath the basket, and it's picked up by Johnson, who finds Bice. Dribbles left, jump stops into the lane, shot is up no good, fights for her own rebound, picked up by Clark. It's going to be tipped by Blake off of Clark and out of bounds, and I think that's actually the right call, Rick. I think Blake kind of threw it off of Braylon Clark and it went out of bounds.
If it did, it just glanced off the bottom of her shoe or close to through her ankles right in there. But, boy, Indianola, that's a key play right there, and Indianola's going to get the ball.
Well, what about the tenacity of the defense from Anna Larson? There are not many guards in the Little Hawkeye Conference who can stick with Naughton down the floor. Pass gets down to Blake on the block. She misses a layup, tries to go up and under. Great defense and just up and under. How did that one go down? Birmingham was all over Lauren Blake, and she gets it to fall, and it's 39-31. Indianola leads.
She faked that left and went up underneath, a little underhand, and got it to go down.
Bice drives down the floor, will put up a shot. It's no good, but a foul is going to be called, and that should send JoJo Bice to the free throw line for 2 shots. Wait and see who the foul's on.
I think it's on Emily Naughton.
Regardless, it'll be Indianola's last foul to get, so both teams shooting free throws the rest of the way, and it is on Naughton, her first. And Bice can't hit the free throw. Norwalk leaving some points on the board on the free throw line. They are 4 of 8. Make that 4 of 9 as Bice comes up empty. 39-31. Indianola leads, 6.5 to go in the ball game. Blake tries right, now left, and pulls it back out. Trying to go on Birmingham. Splits the defense, has it knocked away. Ball's on the deck. Blake goes down for it. Bice goes down for it. And a McCoy True Value timeout going to be awarded to the Indians. And Coach Martin can't believe it. She thinks it should be a jump ball. And that was my first impression, to be totally honest.
But the official out here, he signaled a foul. And we're not sure who the foul was on. The officials are going to get together here.
I think he just whistled a timeout. Did he whistle a foul?
No, he did, because when you the sign he gave was a foul. Now, maybe he didn't mean to do that, but let's see what's going to happen here. And because I thought he whistled a foul, and Coach Martin came off because I know he gave that sign for that, and maybe he got the wrong when he blew the whistle. Let's see what's going to happen here. Indianola will get the ball.
I think it was just a timeout.
Indianola will get the – no, he had before the timeout because okay, here we go. Well, anyway, Indianola's got the ball.
So it'll be Bishop passing it into Blake. Deep 2, hand in her face, and she hits. And Lauren Blake, 4 fourth-quarter points, puts Indianola up 41-31, and Norwalk needs scores. Bice dribbles left. Gets across half court, now gets a screen from Johnston and goes up to Larson. Right side, Braylon Clark, up top Larson. Shot fake, dribbles left. Nearly lost it, gets it over to Bice. Bice dribbles right, over to Clark. Step back 3. Too strong off the back of the rim, and Bishop grabs the rebound. Indianola now runs down the floor. Over to Blake, open for 3. Too short, no good. Johnson with a great box out, gets the rebound, and Norwalk escapes. Not many times can you leave Blake that wide open and come away with an even score here. Pass gets over to Clark. Clark, again, dribbles left. Up top, Larson. Bice. Splits the defense straight to the hoop. Layup is up, does not fall. Johnson fights for the rebound, and a jump ball is going to be called with 5:21 left to go. And it will be Indianola ball as we see Liv Johnson come back into the game for the Warriors.
Shot at the basket by Johnson, and Kinsey Johnson was right there. She ties it up. She gets the ball back for Indianola. No points scored by Norwalk there. Indianola still leading by 10, 5:15 and counting to go. 41-31. Indianola over Norwalk right now.
Bishop double teamed. Looks back up top, Kinsey Johnston. Norwalk kind of in this press, or I would say zone, that is double teaming, trying to force turnovers. Johnston up top for Bishop. 4:55 and counting to go in the ball game. Norwalk looking for points. Indianola looking to be very patient. This is the danger of going to a zone like this, Rick. It may help you cause turnovers, but Indianola's ball handlers are good enough. If 30, 40 seconds comes off of possession, you're even okay with that, even if you do turn the ball over. Blake gets it down low. Johnston, Bishop, and shot fake, and travels. And now Indianola turns it over. But, again, at what cost? With 4:36 to go, Indianola still leads 41-31, and a good 30, 40 seconds come off the clock.
Yeah, turnover that time, Bishop, but I thought maybe Larson got in there, but she traveled before Larson got in there. That could have been a foul, but now Norwalk has it. Try to cut into this Indianola lead.
Bice gets around a screen, and I think they're going to get Naughton trying to fight through Birmingham, and they are, and that will send Birmingham to the free throw line for 1-1, as Indianola with 2 straight fouls to send Norwalk into the bonus.
So bring Kendall McDaniel back in the ball game for Indianola. Kinsey Johnson will go out for a little bit of a rest, and right now let's see what the freshman can do at the charity stripe. She is 2 for 2.
Free throw in and out, no good. Johnson fights for the rebound, and Birmingham runs over and grabs it, and Norwalk gets second chance. Bice up top, Larson, back to Bice. Down low, Johnson, turnaround shot, and Blake thought she got the block, but the swipe came through. And again, even if you get the ball, when you swipe like that, Rick, you're almost guaranteed to get called.
Yeah, that's so true, and we've seen that time again. Now we've got Norwalk at the free throw line with the clock stopped at 4:15. Chance to put points up by Liv Johnson.
And she does. I think it was 2 shots regardless, and makes the first one. But that's now 3 on Lauren Blake. 2 on Naughton, 3 on Ortland, 3 on Blake, 2 on McDaniel, and Indianola in a bit of foul trouble here as Johnson makes them both. And it's 41-33. Indianola ball, length of the floor to go. 4:15 left to go in the ball game. In case you missed it, presented by DeArmond Ford. Indianola almost halfway through the fourth quarter has outscored the Warriors 4-2 in this quarter. And that's more than okay with Indianola fans.
Yeah, right now you need to get some points down. You need a concept. They're coming out. They're playing that lady-to-lady defense right now. Indianola should be able to do something, drive to the bucket, get it inside if you can, because you got Kendall McDaniels in there. If she can get open, see what she can do, and that's got to be a foul.
Pass to Blake is going to be deflected by Birmingham and stolen away. Bice trying to go coast to coast, goes down to the floor. Layup is up, no good. Bishop grabs the rebound, and Indianola can be very patient again. 3:45 to go in the ball game. They still lead by 8. Naughton crosses half court, defended by Larson. Dribbles left at the volleyball line. Going to get Kendall McDaniel on the right wing. Looks down low, finds Ortland on the cut, double teamed out to Bishop. Shot fake, dribbles left, goes inside, puts up a floater off the backboard, rattles around, does not fall, but Naughton grabs it, puts it back up and in. And Indianola gets back to a 10-point lead. And for Norwalk, Rick, 5 minutes have gone by and you're right where you were. You need to start scoring some points.
Yeah, right. And they took quite a little bit of time off that. That was a great effort by Indianola and a great rebound by Naughton. Great offensive rebound, and put-back points were instrumental there.
Larson, three-pointer left open, knocks it down, and Anna Larson with 8 ends the Norwalk drought, and it's down to a 7-point game as Blake dribbles right side. Larson had to take that shot if that's what they're giving her.
Yeah, that's one she's not going to pass
Naughton
up.
gets the ball knocked out of her hands by Larson, who finds Bice. Bice leading a 2-on-1, gets it over left side Johnson. Shot fake, can't hit, goes back out. Ava Johnson, three-pointer, knocks it down, and Norwalk back-to-back triples turns a 10-point deficit into a 4-point deficit with 2:35 left to go. Boy, Rick, this game just got a lot more interesting.
It got a lot intense, and you can see what turnovers will do. Indianola was really doing a great job with turnovers, and then they commit a couple of them, and they get points. Not only do they get points, they get 2 3-pointers off of that, and it brings them right back into the ball game with a 43 for Indianola. Norwalk 39. They're right back into it. Timeout. And, and in that stretch in there where Indianola, I think there was a travel there, I thought, they were looking to get inside, and they were kind of playing that zone, making them try to shoot from the outside. I thought a great defense that time. Coach Martin did a great job of calling that. And then she goes back to a man-to-man. Got 2 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. Indianola will have the basketball, and it'll be full court pressure being put on by the Warriors.
Bishop will look to get it in. Gets it into Naughton. Back over to Bishop. Bishop dribbles across half court with 2.5 to go. And Indianola can afford to still be very patient and look for a good bucket. As Bishop dribbles back right, gets it over to McDaniel, top of the key. Finds Blake right wing. Deep three is up. Knocks it down, and Lauren Blake with the triple answers right back, and it's 46-39. Risky shot, but you trust Lauren to make it.
Yeah, with 2:10, she nails that three. It gives them that margin a little bit. She increases that margin. Now the defense has got to step up here.
An offensive foul, I think, is going to be called on Ava Johnson on the screen.
Yeah, that was kind of questionable in my mind. Let me tell you this, because Bryn tripped, but she came too close, and it's going to be Ava Johnson picking that up. That'll be her, second. No free throws there because of an offensive foul, but 2 minutes to go. Indianola will have it. Oh, they are going to send her to the free throw. No. That's not a free throw.
Well, I think they got an intentional foul, Rick, is what it was.
Is that what they – okay.
So –
wow. Because now it's going to be Lauren Blake going to the free throw line. It's maybe that might have even been a technical. Because otherwise you wouldn't do that. Not an offensive foul. Something was said there, I think. And that's a technical foul. So
Blake misses the first. It was away from the. Well, it was kind of on a screen set near the ball.
It was
I didn't
screen
see
up
it,
top here,
so.
and then I think something was said. That's why we've got the technical, because Indianola will get the ball back.
Both free throws for Blake rim in and out, so it'll still be Indianola ball, but no harm done on the free throws for Warriors fans. But with 2 minutes to go, you really need to start forcing turnovers. Indianola, again, can afford to be patient as they get the ball into the backcourt for Naughton. Larson just playing fantastic defense. Naughton dribbles it over to the left side. McDaniel finds a cutting Blake into the lane. Blake, turnaround shot is up and does not fall, and Norwalk gets the stop. 1:45 to go in the ball game. Bice dribbling right side. 46-39, Indianola leads by 7 and a comfortable 7-point lead. Up top to Larson, back over to Bice. Bice looking down low, can't find anybody, goes back to Larson. Dribbling right, back out to Bice. Goes left side, tries to get the ball on a turnaround shot. It's up no good. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Blake. And with under a minute and a half to go, if you're Norwalk, when do you start fouling? Because to me, you almost have to do it right now. No, but they knock the ball away from Blake. And don't ever listen to me as Johnson dribbles the ball up the front court. Gets it over left side. And a foul is going to be called on Naughton, and that will send Ava Johnson to the free throw line for 1-1 with 1:13 left to go in the ball game.
That's a good hustle foul right there. I'll give that to her, and Ava Johnson is going to go to the free throw line. She is 1 out of 3 right now. That's not a bad put up there. And misses it, and we get the free throw.
So both teams not taking advantage at the free throw line. Indianola potentially can put it away, and now Norwalk can get back into it, but they are not shooting well from the free throw line in the fourth quarter, in the second half, really. Bishop dribbles left, and a 5-second call is going to be called. It looked like Bishop had an open lane left side.
And she let her go. She didn't even go near her. That can't be they called it. I'm going to she was moving away from it and going towards the bucket. That count should be off.
Well, Norwalk gets it back. Bice to the hoop, and a foul is going to be called, and 2 shots coming up for JoJo Bice, and there's still light for the Norwalk girls basketball team in this conference finale. Rick, I do have an unfortunate update. You thought it was going to happen, but you still hold out hope. DCG 64-29 over Newton with 1 minute to go, and Dallas Center Grimes is going to be back-to-back Little Hawkeye Conference champions.
Yep, they are. Good job by them. Congratulations to DCG. The Mustangs, really, the way they played all season long, they deserve it. Now they'll start that.
Last year it felt like Indianola maybe gave one up in their loss to Norwalk. They split with DCG. DCG won with just 1 conference loss, that being it, as Bice makes the second of 2, and a McCoy True Value timeout called on the floor by Coach Martin and the Warriors. Indianola leads 46-40, but this year DCG earned it completely, sweeping Indianola, still winning it by 1 game, only dropping the 1 game, and that was to Grinnell early on. So the Little Hawkeye Conference will, from top to bottom, to me, Norwalk and Pella are the 4th and 5th place teams, and their teams nobody wants to play in the regionals. I guarantee you that.
And there should be some good competition, and then we should see some Little Hawkeye representation in the state tournament this year.
I would not be surprised at all. 3 teams at a minimum.
3 teams.
Both Grinnell and DCG and Indianola, for that matter, are hosting regionals and will play at home and have to win 2 games to get to the Class 4A state tournament.
I think that would be so appropriate to have 3 out of the 8 teams in the state tournament.
Well, and Norwalk is, again, a win over Newton and a win over Bondurant, and it's an Indianola-Norwalk rematch in the regional final a week from tomorrow.
Wouldn't you love to see that?
Oh, boy.
I mean, if we're looking at that from our
Fingers
standpoint.
crossed from that one.
That would be – I just love watching these 2 teams. They've always put on a great show out here. They play tough. They play hard. It has just been a fantastic ball game to watch. Do a little reset here. Emily Naughton with 3 fouls, 4 for Blake, 3 for Ortland. Really nobody in foul trouble for Norwalk at this point in time.
6 of 13 from the line in the second half as Bishop just gets it into Naughton, as Norwalk, I believe, will have to try and foul if they don't get this turnover. And now a reach-in called on Larson with 45 seconds to go in the ball game. We'll send Naughton to the free throw line for their last 1-1. Now again, Norwalk, I think, handled that absolutely perfectly. There's not a bad choice on this Indianola squad to send to the free throw line, but you still have to make them.
Yeah, and I think it's a 1-on-1 situation. Naughton
Makes the first, gets it back to a 7-point game, 47-40, 45 seconds to go.
I want to tell you, and you said it, and I want to make sure that 6 out of 13 Norwalk is from the charity stripe in this second half.
Naughton misses the second, and Bice grabs the ball. Dribbling down the left side. Norwalk needs points, and they need them fast. Up top, Larson, shot fake, dribbles right, goes down low on the block, tried to just toss it up, and it goes out of bounds, and there was some contact. But Larson looking for a foul. But again, that's probably something the refs have left go all game long, and it's just a turnover off of Norwalk, and Indianola will throw it in.
Right. Mara Bishop had her on defense, and she just let her go. She just let her go, and she backed away from it. She wasn't even trying to reach in, not do anything. And most of the time, you're not going to get a foul call there. She just fell down. I thought the ball went off of Mara Bishop, and it should be Norwalk underneath. But because there was that contact there, and now there's a foul.
Larson picks up her 4th foul, and will send Naughton right back to the free throw line. However, this is double bonus, and Naughton makes the front end regardless. Naughton herself now into double figures with 10, and the Indians' lead is up to 8, 48-40. And the second free throw rattles home. Pass gets up to Bites, 49-40. Norwalk needs points. They get it over to Larson, three-pointer. Doesn't hit anything, and it goes off the side. Johnston will grab the rebound. Double team, throws a dangerous pass underneath. Ball's going to fly all the way up into the front court for Indianola, and the whistle will fly, and I think it was maybe kicked. I'm not sure.
No, it was off a player's hands.
Birmingham must have been out of bounds then when she touched it, because it is Indianola ball, length of the floor to go. 17.3 seconds remaining. Indianola leads 49-40. And again, barring something crazy, Indianola will be 1 game behind DCG for the conference title for the 2nd year in a row, as Birmingham fouls Lauren Blake for 2 free throws coming up. And Indianola with a chance to ice it.
Yeah, right now it's a 3-possession game, 49-40, Indianola. With Lauren Blake at the free throw line. She is 2 out of 4. Make that. Oh,
2 out of 5.
Wow.
Both teams not shooting great from the free throw line. Naughton's 3 of 4 in the quarter. Blake is 0 of 3 in the quarter.
Yeah, we're 5 out of 9 here in this second half. And Lauren Blake just finally got it. Yeah.
Makes the second, and it's 50-40. No fouls for Indianola as Bice dribbles down the left side. Pulls up, takes it 2, hand in her face, rims in and out, no good. Naughton with a rebound. 5 seconds to go. Coach Martin says, well, no, the foul is still called with 4 seconds to go in a 10-point game, and Indianola will head back to the free throw line with a chance to add a couple more. You know, I haven't seen Bondurant play, Rick, and that's who Norwalk's likely opponent is if they can dispatch Newton like they have both times this season, as Naughton makes the first. But I think Bondurant should be worried just for the fact that they're going to see Norwalk's record in this little Hawkeye conference as Naughton makes the second, and hopefully won't overlook that, because this Norwalk team will beat them if given the chance, and that does it here. As that is it, our final score, 52-40. Indianola defeats Norwalk in the Warren County rivalry. Post-game coverage after this on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube.
Bank in Knoxville, branch manager Bailey Nichols tells us why you should choose People's Bank in Knoxville.
People's Bank is a community bank. They are very involved in every community that they're in. They always put their customers first, which is why I highly prize People's Bank. I love being involved in the community. I love putting my customers first. They will go the extra mile for anyone that they can.
People's Bank in Knoxville, community banking with emphasis on the community. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, where should we go for supper tonight?
I want spaghetti. I want chicken. I want pizza.
What if we could have all 3? It's Monday and Houston's on Main and Milo has all-you-can-eat spaghetti, not to mention their delicious fried chicken and famous wood oven pizza. It's a trifecta of deliciousness at Houston's on Main and Milo on Mondays.
I can have chicken. I can have spaghetti. And I can have their famous wood oven pizza. Let's go!
Thank you again for keeping us strong and growing. From our family here at Houston's, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
Ever get tired of everyone advertising rates like it's all they have to offer? Like auto rates.
3.09 APR, 3.94%, 4.72%.
Greater Iowa Credit Union is more than just rates. Greater Iowa supports local organizations, awards thousands in scholarships and classroom grants, and volunteers in our community. But in case you're wondering, they have great rates too. Current auto rates are as low as
1.99% APR.
Learn more at gicu.org.
Have you heard? Z's Eatery and Draft House in Indianola has a brand new menu. The new menu features some of the favorites you've grown to love, like their famous Iowa pork tenderloin. But it also features some new items unique to Indianola and only found at Z's Eatery and Draft House, like their new seasonal cocktails. So stop in today, check out what's new, and have some of the best food in Indianola. Z's Eatery and Draft House, where friends become family. Proud supporters of Indianola High School athletics.
Heinz Mechanical invites you to check them out at the Home and Garden Show at the Iowa Event Center in Des Moines. Heinz will be showing off their Bosch and Hydron Mutual geothermal systems, Lochinvar boilers, and Lennox heating and cooling systems. Your home should be more comfortable no matter the weather. Call Steve at Heinz Mechanical today at 515-337-2074. That's Heinz Mechanical, 515-337-2074.
Welcome to the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show. Get up to $200 cash in your pocket when you get your auto loan with Greater Iowa Credit Union. Terms and conditions may apply. If you're wondering why there's all this applause, well, some of the hardest workers are being honored out there on the court right now. For those listening on 94.3 KNIA, as our local bus drivers are taking a bow,
and they are
Indianola fans giving them a very well-desered standing ovation.
Yeah, and they are a group, and of course taking a knee and taking a bow was Ron Sheevy. We recognize these men as they step up here. 7 of them. Been there a long, long time.
Yeah, so our bus drivers,
and
again.
A lot of them are veterans, too.
And I get a chance to talk to them as much as I can. Really appreciate our bus drivers here for Indianola, and they're being honored. And like I said, a very well-deserved standing ovation from the Indianola crowd. And congratulations to our bus drivers.
And the Booster Club, honoring them along with the high school. And just prior to that, Jamie Bishop and Kurt Meintz, who have been line officials for volleyball for a number of years. They have just shown that, and they honored them tonight for their volunteerism during the volleyball.
One thing I saw from the bus drivers is there was a wrestling meet earlier this year. It was supposed to be a triangular with Pella and Woodward Granger. Woodward Granger didn't have any bus drivers.
Yeah.
So Indianola sent a bus out there to get them, then drove them back and came back. That is just crazy. I guess the attention to detail, for lack of a better term, it's not a very good one, but it means a lot, I'm sure. And Woodward Granger gets a chance to come here and wrestle against Indianola despite not having any available bus drivers.
Right, and I know throughout the years, I know that's happened with other schools prior to that, just different things, and I'm telling you, the community schools around this area, I know it's happened before with other schools, but Indianola is far above. They just do a great job. They got all the bus drivers.
They're trying to take one final picture, but Walt Herod was too busy going and high-fiving all the basketball players, so they have to go redo everything.
Yeah, and then Ron Sheevy was off doing the same thing. You gotta love those guys. And I actually drove bus when I was driving bus years ago. A lot of them that are still here. So it's been probably 10 years since I drove school bus for the school district. But what a great group of guys. They work hard. They really do. And love them all. They do a great job.
All right, well, let's get to post-game coverage here as Indianola girls takes down Norwalk 52-40 in a very close game. I don't think the final score very indicative of how close this game was. And again, Rick, it just came down to Norwalk needing some points. They got a 10-point deficit down to a 4-point deficit on back-to-back threes, but then Lauren Blake came down and shut the door with a 3. That's my DeArmond Ford Radio key play of the game. Norwalk had all the momentum, and Lauren Blake, hand in her face, just steps up and drains it and gives all the momentum right back to Indianola. DeArmond Ford, key player of the game for me, has to be Kendall McDaniel. First appearance of the season. Again, that's an all-conference type player that Indianola did not have all season long. comes in, first game back, 8 points off the bench, and a fantastic showing for Kendall McDaniel.
Yeah, she did a great job. You got to give her all that credit for doing that. I'm going to put this in for Lauren Blake. Lauren Blake, I have her with 16 points. Without that, I don't think Indianola wasn't what they were tonight. Lauren Blake took it in her hands to take this and make it the way it was and lead this team tonight. And besides that, I have her for 13 rebounds. So that's a double-double for her.
Well, maybe we messed up somewhere on our Minnesota math, but I had her for 23 points.
Oh, you did? I must have missed something. Or I'm not right, or maybe I'm not adding it up right. But, oh, God, I forgot some points. Yep, there you go. There's 7 right there. You are right. Well, it makes my case even stronger.
There we go.
Yeah. We got to add the 7 I forgot.
13
they were right
rebounds,
there.
You say?
I've got her for 13. So, and I know I was trying to keep close track of that. I know I got all the rebounds together. We had 9 offensive rebounds and 15 defensive rebounds. Norwalk had 4 offensive rebounds, 16 defensive rebounds. So we led the way there as far as total rebounds. Turnovers for Indianola, I had with 15 tonight. And Norwalk with 21 turnovers for them in the ball game.
Too many for Warriors. I mean, it's just too many times where you give Indianola a chance at extra points, and that comes down and hurts.
Yeah, Indianola.
We had a couple nominees for our Z's Eatery and Draft House drive for the basket, and I got to give it to that Emily Naughton turnaround left-handed layup. I'm still not sure how it even went in. I kind of looked down to see who was going to get the rebound for the Warriors, and then next time I look up and it's in the bottom of the basket.
Yeah, it kind of went up and sucked down in through the rim. What a great move by Naughton. She just played a fantastic ball game tonight. I had her with 13.
Absolutely.
Am I right there?
Yep. Yeah, you are
Iowa,
correct
Minnesota
on that
math
one.
got together on that one.
Stop in and make sure you enjoy some of the best food in Indianola at the best prices. Fill up at Z's Eatery and Draft House before the next big game. My Greg Young and Chevrolet Radio key play and player of the game for the Warriors. My key player was Anna Larson. Her defense on Emily Naughton, nothing was easy for Naughton all game long. And like I said, there's maybe 2 other guards in the Little Hawkeye Conference who I can see putting up that type of defensive performance, and she's just a sophomore up against Emily Naughton, who's again averaging 12 points per game. Naughton ended up with 13, but some of those again weren't just on drives to the hoop like they were, like they have been for Naughton. So that's my player of the game. Also 8 points for Larson. Nominations for JoJo Bice, again 10 points in the first half, and Ava Johnson as well really controlled the boards throughout that contest.
Yeah, I thought Ava Johnson did a great job. JoJo Bice gets her points. She had 10 of them in the first half. I have her ending up with 13. Great ball player, does a lot of great things, but it was just, and then Ava Johnson with 10, she came in double figures. I had Anna Larson with 6 and Liv Johnson with 6. Bailey Birmingham with 2, and then Agard with 1. She had that free throw. Here's the free throw situation, Andrew. We were 11 out of 16 for the game, and it was Norwalk 7 out of 15. And we talked about this. They were just 6 out of 13 in that second half. And, we talk about free throws, how important they are. And, if they commit half of those, I know we won by 8, 52-40. But, boy, if they can make half of those, you've got a different situation. You've got different how you're going to play the ball game, how you're going to do things. But, and both teams struggled a little bit late in the game. I see Lauren Blake in that fourth quarter. She was just 1 out of 4.
Yeah, so again, my key play had to be those back-to-back threes that Norwalk made from Larson and from Johnson to get a 10-point deficit down to 4 and really give them a chance in the game with just a couple minutes left. At that point, that's our Greg Young Chevrolet Radio key play and player of the game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk go the extra mile with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk. We're trying to fit 4 coaches up here for interviews to get head coach Jeff Jansen to come up here in the next couple of minutes. So we're going to stick with girls coverage for now on the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio post-game show. We'll take a short timeout, and when we come back, we'll continue breaking down the girls contest with head coach Jeff Jansen. More after this on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube. Indians girls win over Norwalk 52-40.
Point Clinic Norwalk provides family medicine for people of all ages in Norwalk and the surrounding area. Conveniently located at 801 Colonial Circle and open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30 and Fridays, 7:30 to 5. Unity Point Clinic Norwalk can provide a variety of services for your physical, emotional, and mental health needs such as routine checkups, immunizations, annual physical exams, and other preventative care. Their board-certified providers can also care for injuries, acute medical conditions, and chronic diseases. When it comes to your health, trusted professionals at Unity Point Clinic Norwalk.
At Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola, they make buying your next new or used vehicle and servicing your vehicle as simple and quick as possible, so you can get back on the road in no time. If you're in the market for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, simply visit SouthtownCDJ.com. Calculate your monthly payment, then schedule a time to come pick up your new ride. If you need your vehicle serviced, you can schedule your service, drop your vehicle off, and pay online at SouthtownCDJ.com. From parts and service to financing on your next ride, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola.
Welcome back to the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. Continuing local high school basketball coverage. Joined by Indians girls basketball coach Jeff Jansen. Coach, Indians win 52-40. Fun way to round out the regular season up against a rival, and it wasn't easy despite the final score maybe being a little bit not indicative of how close the game was.
Absolutely. You know, this was a close game through and through, and we know how good Norwalk is. We know how good they played against us last time. And who they've won against and who they've lost against this year. But to pull away a little bit at the end, get some breathing room there at the end. Proud of our girls for making the plays when they were needed there down the stretch.
Well, I'll ask you the obvious question. How did it feel putting Kendall McDaniel back into that ball game for the first time this season?
It felt really good. All right, regardless of her outstanding abilities, regardless of her outstanding skill, she's worked so stinking hard for months now, and for somebody to have massive shoulder surgery on the first day of practice in November, to being able to get big minutes and play well, it says a lot about her, says a lot about Josh, our athletic trainer, and all of her hard work and dedication to getting back on the court, and I couldn't be happier for her.
Well, talk about the extra dimensions that adds for your squad, because again, really only playing 6, sometimes 7 deep, and now you get that extra player, that extra rotation in, and a big asset on both offense and defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she brings a lot to the table on both sides of the ball, and Kendall's played so much basketball in her life. And the outstanding thing for us and the great problem for us is Kinsey Johnson's probably playing her best basketball this season, the last couple of games. Maybe not in the stat sheet or in the scoreboard, but her boxing out, her rebounds, her deflections, and making some big plays, especially that box out late on one of the Johnson girls to get that rebound with under a minute or a minute and a half to go was huge. And so to be able to put them both out there, to be able to be a little bit more creative in some of the things that we're going to be doing between now and next Saturday night, we're really excited about the potential.
How do you feel about the Indians now that the regular season has concluded? Your thoughts on this team? Are you where you wanted to be when you, at the beginning of the season, in your thoughts and in your head, hey, going into playoffs, this is how I feel about this squad?
How I feel about it, that was a great part of that question, Andrew, because I think if you would have asked us, would we have been satisfied with being 16-4 to start the year, we wouldn't have been. But where our girls are at mentally, and how much perseverance we overcome individually and as a team collectively. We've been through some highs, we've been through some lows, and especially right now, we're really weathering the storm and doing some great things. And so we know we have to address some weaknesses offensively and defensively. But for right now, I wouldn't want to go to work this next week in preparation with any other team.
Well, again, I do have some bad news. I'm sure you maybe heard, but DCG won against Newton. Maybe not as surprising. Yep. But, again, this might have been the most competitive at the top Little Hawkeye Conference we've seen, with 3 teams hosting a regional in Class 4A. Do you think it prepared you for the grueling aspect of postseason play?
Absolutely. You know, the ROA games, our home games in our conference have been battles. And besides maybe 1 or 2 that we had great first quarters, it was a dogfight for 2.5, 3.5, or all 4 quarters this entire season. So we know that It's not a cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination, especially as we prepare for Fairfield and Oskaloosa. And we know that the talent that Norwalk, Newton, and of course Bondurant on the bottom side of the bracket. So we're not overlooking anybody. We're not overthinking anything. But our girls deserve this weekend off, and we'll get back to work on Monday because it's a new season, right? Everybody's 0-0, and our goal is to get the first win and then worry about the next one after that.
Well, last question before we let you go, Coach, and this, you don't know your next opponent. It kind of provides you that interesting opportunity to work on yourself for at least a couple days before you start prepping for an opponent. How do you want to spend this week?
That's another good question, Andrew. I think Monday and Tuesday, we're going to really focus on ourselves, like you said. There's some things offensively that we got to clean up. There's some reps we need to get for Kendall, of course. She was just cleared for contact yesterday, and otherwise she's been practicing on air the last week and a half. So between tweaking some things and putting in some plays, putting in some different counters, we have some work to do Monday, Tuesday, and apparently snow's coming Wednesday and Thursday, which ruins some of our plans potentially, but we're hopeful that we'll have a great Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in preparation for whoever we face on Saturday.
Thank you very much for joining us, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Andrew.
We'll have more after this on KNIA and the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show. I should say that wraps up the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show. Get up to $200 cash in your pocket when you get your auto loan with Greater Iowa Credit Union. Terms and conditions may apply. A very abbreviated boys coverage coming up after this on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola 52, Norwalk 40. Final score.
Show your vehicle some love this month with the help of Michelin. At Downey Tire Pros, they offer special financing on the purchase of any qualifying Michelin passenger or light truck SUV tires. You got the options to fit any need. With Downey Tire Pros by your side, you can get the tires, traction, and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit online today at DowneyTire.com. Downey Tire Pros, love the drive. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See store for complete details.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville and DeArmond Ford Indianola are growing rapidly and have immediate openings for sales professionals. We are family owned and no sales experience is necessary. We offer an exceptional paid training program, and with unlimited income potential and a base guaranteed commission, now is the time to apply. Come start a career in sales with us where many of our current managers began, and work for a company whose core values are honesty, trust, integrity, and hard work. Apply in person or go online to DeArmondAuto.com/careers.
Welcome to the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show. Locally owned Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. Rick, we got to make this very quick. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Warren County rivalry tonight. Indianola took down Norwalk in the first matchup, 72-39. Our Indianola DeArmond Ford keys to the game is defense. And in case maybe anyone, well, no one can see my notes, but I wrote it in all caps as if to shout it because it was defense to offense that allowed Indianola to win 72-39 on the road in the first matchup.
Yeah, and on that offensive side, from three-point range, they shot 46%. Indianola did. Just 10%, 1 out of 10 from Norwalk. They just were not getting those outside shots.
Not only was Norwalk not shooting well, so that contributed, but 20 assists for Indianola, 4 for Norwalk. You got to keep up the ball movement and getting those good shots.
And you talk defense, 13 steals for Indianola in that game, 4 steals for Norwalk.
And 16 turnovers. So it was it wasn't self-inflicted. It was Indianola's pressure defense causing the turnovers. That's our DeArmond Ford keys to the game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. For Norwalk, our Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game is you can't allow this Indianola team to get confidence and go on a run. It was 42-19 at halftime the last time these two teams matched up. The game was over, basically, at halftime. And granted, Norwalk was coming off a 4-overtime game on a short rest, but now they're coming off a 3-overtime game against DCG. You kind of just got to suck it up and hope you can play through the tiredness. And we know this Norwalk team is a lot better than what we saw the 72-39 on the road against Indianola the first time.
Yeah, this will be, as they say, it'll be a whole new ball game tonight with that, and we're looking forward to that. And how about the last 2 times Norwalk out? They played some tough basketball. Little overtime
Like the girls, this is Norwalk's court right now. They won last time they were here, and Indianola finally broke through at the end of last year against the Warriors. That's our Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet and Norwalk go the extra mile for you with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk. Tonight's game time temperature is presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It is 17 degrees out, continually falling.
Warmed up,
Well,
right?
it was 19 earlier. It felt like 2, so now it's 17, and it feels like -1. So
yeah, there you go.
So not quite warming up, but we only fell like 2-3 degrees, so practically
It's
summer
cold.
outside.
It's cold.
So Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, no hidden fees, just one great price on plumbing, heating, and cooling services to keep you comfortable. Rick, I don't know if you have the starting lineups tonight presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility for both squads.
Here we go for the Norwalk Warriors. It'll be number 1, a junior. That's Jack Brown, averaging 3 points a ball game. Number 0, that's a sophomore, Reddick Bourne, 13.7 per ball game. Number 2 is a junior. That's Braden Carlson, averaging 13.8. Number 11, a senior, Vinnie Morrow, averaging 9 points a ball game. And number 32, rounding out that starting lineup, a sophomore, Aiden Harder for Norwalk. And now for your Indianola Indians, not leading off, I guess I should say, but number 2, a
not
junior,
quite baseball
that's Braden
season.
Dre. Number 5 is a senior, that's Cooper Naylor. Number 14, a junior, Casey Glasscock. Number 20 is a junior, that's Brady Blake, averaging 6 points a ball game. And rounding out the starters, number 22, a junior, Drew Kingery, 19 points a ball game for Mr. Kingery. And there's the starting lineups for both Norwalk and Indianola. Norwalk, it's Brown, Harder, Morrow, Carlson, and Bourne. Indianola, it's Blake, Kingery, Glasscock, Naylor, and Dre.
All right, tonight's starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. They offer assisted living and memory care in beautiful apartment homes. Get the lifestyle you want with the services and amenities that will make your life easier at Vintage Hills of Indianola. That wraps up the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show, locally owned. Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. And we welcome you inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA, 8 minutes on the clock, and it'll be Kingery jumping it off for Indianola.
And the last doubleheader for boys and girls in the Little Hawkeye Conference, and we will be paying attention to the Newton Dallas Center Grimes.
Newton and Indianola, or if Newton and Indianola both win, Indianola wins a share of the conference title. If DCG wins, they are outright conference champions.
And deservable. See what happens.
Tip up, it was called off to start. Neither guy got a piece of it. Now Kingery wins it, and it goes up to Dre, and Indianola sets up their offense. Again, 42 first-half points the first time against Norwalk. Warriors have to be better on the defensive side. Coming out in a 1-3-1 zone, Kingery back over to Dre. Hand in his face, pulls the trigger from 3, knocks it down, and Dre picks up right where he left off against the Warriors. He had 14, shooting 4 of 7 from long range in the first matchup.
A little bit of pressure put on by the Indians as Norwalk brings it up court.
Harder gets it over to Bourne. Dribbles baseline, kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer from Brown is up to answer, no good, and the rebound goes off of Blake, and out of bounds will remain with the Warriors.
And here's the thing, now as we know, Charlie Wilmot out. He is scheduled, hopefully, to come back and maybe play Tuesday as they have a home game against Urbandale here.
Carlson gets it over to Morrow. Morrow into the corner. Back up top to Harder. Now swings it around to Brown. Now over to Morrow. Three-pointer. No good. And rebound from Kingery. Dribbling right side. No, excuse me, that was Brown. Back over to Kingery. Finds a cutting Blake. Goes into the lane, has it knocked away. Nice job there by Carlson. And Indianola will give it right back. It's Bourne at the top of the key. Dribbles left side. Harder, left wing. Back up top, Bourne. Bourne defended by Kingery. Now dribbles left, and Indianola switching off screens. Bourne step back 3 is up, and he knocks it down. And Reddick Bourne answers with a triple from the corner, and it's 3-all.
I like that 3. It was a fadeaway in the corner, and Brady Blake was all over him, and what a great shot by Bourne.
Kingery now over to Dre. Three-pointer back-to-back up, back-to-back down from Braden Dre. 6-3 Indianola, and it's raining. Indianola High School.
It's got very good potential here for a very high-scoring game early on. Here's we're just into the first couple minutes of the first quarter.
Bourne has it up near the volleyball line, defended by Dre. Dribbles right. Naylor switches on to him. Gets into the corner. Back over to Bourne on the right wing. Dribbles left. Bourne tries to go up and under. Kicks Carlson down low, and a travel's going to be called on Braden Carlson. Indianola's collapse defense forces the turnover.
Yeah, we talked about defense being a key right there. It was a key right there. He couldn't go at it, shuffled his feet, and Indianola will get the basketball as they put the ball down, and now they put it in play.
5:50 left to go in the first. Three-pointers made, 2 from Indianola, 1 from Norwalk is our score. Glasscock to Naylor. Back to Glasscock into the corner. Looks for Dre, but he finds Naylor. Now back out to Dre. Norwalk paying extra attention to him now as Naylor gets it on the left wing. Looks down low for Glasscock. Can't find him. Out to Dre for the third in a row, and he hits! Yeah. Braden Dre on a 9-3 run to start the game. 3 triples, and he's 3 of 3.
Yeah, they're playing that 1-2-2 zone, and right now they're not getting over covering that like they should, and Dre's wide open. As long as you leave him open, he's going to hit, and he is 3 for 3, Andrew.
Bourne gets it over. Right side, 3-pointer from Norwalk, no good. And Blake with the rebound. Here comes Indianola. Lost the ball, and Blake just turns it over, and it's picked up by the Warriors. Looked like Blake just kind of lost the ball a little bit there.
He wanted to get control of it, but just couldn't find a handle, and it goes into the hands of the Warriors. They'll bring it down into the fourth
Morrow
court.
who grabbed it. Now Morrow gets it on the right wing, goes into the lane, back up top, swings it around harder. Now back over to Brown, now to Bourne. Defended by Glasscock. Fakes right. Goes baseline. Blake with the help, kicks it back up. Morrow. He dribbles left, goes down to the block, takes it straight to the hoop. Layup is up, no good. Rebound tipped over to Blake, and Indianola moves down the floor to Cooper Naylor. Cook down low. Glasscock into the corner. Dre, shot fake, dribbles left, goes into the lane, kicks it back up to Naylor, swings it around Kingery. Blake goes baseline. Picks up his dribble, goes back to Kingery. Up top, Naylor, and Indianola resets. 4:18 left to go in the first. In case you missed it, presented by D. Armand Ford. Braden Dre, 3 of 3 from long range, and Indianola leads 9-3. Blake has the ball on the left side now, back up top to Dre. Tries to break down his defender, but Brown was right there and didn't allow him to go anywhere. Up top, Kingery. Kingery hand in his face for 3. In and out, no good. And Indianola misses their first shot, and Bourne with the rebound. Did Rick Norwalk content to force Indianola to shoot from long range, it seems?
And they are, and they're a little bit better on the zone that time.
Bourne pulls up for 3, and he hits, and he's got 3 or 2 threes, and it's 9-6. Dre with 9, Bourne with 6, and that's where we sit. Kingery to Naylor. And a whistle's going to be called. I think Braden Dre needed to tie his shoes. And with 3:36 left to go in the first, that will allow substitutes to get in as Heimbaugh and Brick come on for Blake and Glasscock.
Yeah, get some fresh legs in here. 3:36 to go. Very quick first quarter, and Indianola has the ball. They put it in play in front of the Norwalk bench.
Dre dribbles right side. Out to Brick. Thought about a 3. Dribbles left. Cross-court pass to Heimbaugh. Fakes right, goes left, dribbles baseline, looking for cutters, can't find anybody. Now has to kick it out, near 5 seconds, but it gets out to Dre. Hand in his face for 3. He can't miss! 4 threes up, 4 threes down for Braden Dre, and the Indianola leads 12-6.
That's just some great shooting by both sides, actually.
I don't want to use my raise the roof moment presented by the Indianola YMCA this early on, but
probably going to be a couple more.
I don't know.
There. Yeah, turnover by Norwalk.
4 threes for Braden Dre to start the game. If he gets another one, it has to be.
It's got to be, yeah.
Heimbaugh dribbling left, gets a screen, goes to Kingery, over to Dre. 3-pointer up, but he traveled. He hit it anyway, but he traveled before it went down. He's saying, no, I jump-stepped.
He gets a chance to come down with it. I thought he came down with it clean, but the official didn't see it. It was down there.
He would have hit his
and the fans
5th in a row.
Didn't care for that one. Turnover by Indianola.
12-6, Indianola. Norwalk trying to break the press, gets it to Morrow. Right side, Carlson over to Bourne. 3-pointers up, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Norwalk down low, but it's tipped up by Brick and into the hands of Dre. Dre dribbling left, kicks it back out Kingery. Up top, Brick. He'll take the 3. Off the side of the rim, no. Rebound by Morrow as he skies for it and gets it over to Bourne. 2.5 to go in the first. 12-6, Indianola leads. 2 players have scored on 6 3-point buckets. Carlson has it top of the key. Goes left side. Brown hands it off to Bourne. Now Bourne dribbles right. Step back three, no. Kingery was, right there. They get it down low, and a foul, should be a jump ball. And a jump ball is called, and it will be Norwalk ball underneath with 2:11 left to go in the first.
Yeah, that official out here looking like he was going to call a foul, but he looked underneath, and the other official waved him out, and he said, no, jump ball. So Norwalk has it.
Pass gets up into the hands of Brown. Looking down low, finds Morrow in the lane. Turnaround shot and a travel himself. He's kind of shuffled his foot there with 2:05 left to go in the first, and both teams turn it over. And Indianola leading the Warren County rivalry here. Let's do a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 2 minutes to go in the first. Indianola 12, Norwalk 6. 6 3-point buckets, Neither team with a foul yet in this game. Naylor dribbles right, goes baseline. Tries to kick it up top, finds Dre. Dangerous pass over to Kingery. Right side, Heimbach. He'll pull the trigger. Had it blocked, I think, by Morrow, and it's picked up by the Warriors as they try to dig into this 6-point deficit. Bourne over to Harder. Goes to Morrow. Dribbles baseline. Shot is up, no good. Kingery may have deflected it, and Kingery grabs the rebound. Dribbles left. Goes over to Naylor. Shot fake. Splits the defense into the corner. Brick open for three. Knocks it down! And Bennett Brick has three, and there's tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game. Presented by the Indianola YMCA. No matter where you are on your journey, the Y is where you can be, belong, and become. Explore their offerings to discover new ways to connect your purpose, potential, and each other at the Indianola YMCA. Dre with 4 in a row. Brick with the 5th, and Indianola leads 15-6. Kingery dribbles left into the corner. Back-to-back threes up for Brick. In and out, no good. Heimbach with an offensive rebound will be fouled, I think, by Aiden Harder.
Yep.
And that is the game's first whistle with 59 seconds to go in the first.
Great job that time. Got up, got the position, went up high for it, drew the foul there, get the ball underneath their basket.
Harder, a solid sophomore for this Warriors squad.
We got Glasscock back in the lineup for Indianola, and Naylor will put the ball in play. Andrew out of bounds.
Pass gets into Heimbach. Up top, Naylor swings it around Glasscock. They look to get it. Kingery double teamed on the block. Out to Glasscock. He'll take his hand at a three. It's too strong, and Kingery with an offensive rebound. Over to Brick. Cross-court pass to Naylor. Swings it to Glasscock. Dribbles baseline. Finds a cutting Brick. He can't handle it, however. Over to Naylor. Wide open for three. In and out, no good, does not fall, finally off the rim, and Morrow grabs the rebound. How did that one not go down after it was on the rim for forever? But Norwalk with a chance for the final shot of the first quarter.
And a great defense, almost a great offensive move by Kingery to get that to put back in, but his jump was just off a little bit on his timing.
Well, 20 seconds to go in the first. Norwalk just dribbling it out. You're listening to Indianola Norwalk basketball, powered by Community First Credit Union on AM 1320, FM 94.3, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola. Bourne has it. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Dribbles left, goes to the hoop, kicks it over to the right side. Morrow down low on the block. Turnaround shot is up, does not fall, gets his own rebound. Putback shot is up and in. And Vinny Morrow gets 2 to go, and that does it for quarter number 1. The first 2-point basket made comes at the buzzer of the first quarter. Indianola 15, Norwalk 8. Back after this on KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube.
Question: who's Indianola's largest internet provider? The answer? IMU Fiber. IMU Fiber has signed up almost 3,000 customers in the last 3 years for their fast, reliable internet service. Give them a call and a local person will answer any questions you may have about their second-to-none service. Fewer slowdowns, fewer interruptions, and inside of more homes in Indianola than any other internet provider. That's IMU Fiber. Bringing hometown values to broadband services, IMU Fiber is here for you now and forever.
The Indianola Hy-Vee is your place for Valentine's Day. Get a 12-stem rose bouquet for that special someone for $19.99. Valentine's Date Night In dinner packages, $30, $65, or $45 for 2. Get a North Atlantic lobster tail for $8.99, large cooked shrimp for $15.98 a pound, and for dessert, Tuxedo Cakery Bar for $14.99. The Indianola Hy-Vee is your place for Valentine's Day.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. 94.3 KNIA. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola boys basketball leading Norwalk 15-8. The story of the first quarter, in case you missed it, presented by DeArmond Ford, was Braden Dre. 4 3-point buckets as Kingery dribbles right side and is going to be fouled on a jumper just past the free throw line, and we'll head to the free throw line for the game's first 2 charity stripe shots.
Might be Bourne. No, check the call. It's not Bourne. It is Harder with the
Harder
foul.
with his second. So only 2 fouls in the game, both of them on Aiden Harder. We're going to see Norwalk's first substitution, I believe, as Kingery gets his first points of the game. Cam Thomas, freshman, comes on for the Warriors. Kingery's second free throw to put Indianola up 9. And he hits. 17-8 is our score. Indianola's first points not on a 3-point bucket as they get it up to Carlson, who gets it right side. Now back over to Bourne, and Norwalk breaks the press easy. Bourne drives inside, puts up a floater. It's up no good. Naylor with a rebound. 7:36 to go before halftime. Naylor to Heimbaugh. Thought about a shot, drives inside, puts up a floater off the backboard. No, wanted a foul, not going to get one. And it will be Bourne with the ball, bringing up the ball across half court. Right side, back up over to Bourne. 7:20 to go in the first half. Norwalk looking to dig into this deficit. Bourne, right side, Carlson goes down low, and an offensive foul is going to be drawn. I think Blake just kind of stood in there and took the contact from Braden Carlson. And that is his first foul, third on the Warriors.
Yeah, good move by Carlson, but what he did is he turned, got his elbow into him, and if he just would have went up, took that shot, with about 6-8 feet out. But no, he's trying to go up for that layup, and he draws, he gets the offensive foul. Indianola it's a third-team foul for the Norwalk Warriors.
Naylor gets the double screen, goes right to the hoop and throws it up, and it kisses off the rim, up and in. And Naylor with his first 2 points, and it's 19-8. Indianola, and a McCoy True Value timeout taken by Coach Pelzer and the Warriors. Let's take a look at the road ahead. That's presented by Good Samaritan Society of Indianola. And Rick, this is the end of the conference regular season, but unlike the girls, they have that extra week. Norwalk heads to ADM, I believe, next Tuesday, so a road non-conference game for the Warriors. Indianola will travel to Waukee tomorrow at 3 o'clock, so not an easy matchup for Indianola going to Waukee. Let me finish this here, Rick. That's a look at the road ahead presented by Good Samaritan Society. When it comes to your road ahead, think of Good Samaritan Society, where their professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bring you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person, mind, body, and spirits.
Yeah, and then next week they've got that home game here Tuesday against Urbandale.
And then at Bondurant-Farrar on the 17th. So, and then in postseason play, Indianola will take on Des Moines East or Urbandale as Norwalk gets across half court and goes back up top. It's Thomas, gets it over to Bourne. Indianola leads 19-8. Pass gets up top. Brown goes right. Carlson, turnaround shot is up and in, and count the bucket, and one opportunity for Braden Carlson. And Norwalk gets a big bucket and cuts the deficit down to 9 and a chance at 8 with a free throw.
I think that was on Glasscock, if I get it right there.
It was good defense from Glasscock, but it was a better move from Carlson down low as he misses the free throw. Carlson with 2 points, the leading scorer for this Norwalk squad. Heimbaugh dribbles left into the corner. Glasscock shot fake, dribbling right. And I think got away with a walk there as Warriors fans really wanted that one as Heimbaugh dribbles right, crosses over, goes to the hoop, layup is up, does not fall, and a good rebound picked up by the Warriors as they get it over to Bourne and a chance to continue a bit of a run and get back into the game. Cross-court pass nearly thrown away, but it's picked up by Carlson. Up top, Morrow. Morrow defended by Kingery. Spin move into the lane. Jumper is up and too easy. Vinny Morrow with 4. And it's 19-12. That's what Morrow has to do. That's his game. Naylor dribbles it inside. Hits Blake up top. Over to Kingery. Shot fake. Splits the defense. Goes into the lane. Layup is up and in. Count the bucket.
Got it.
And one for Drew Kingery on the other end. And it's 21-12.
Yeah, great effort that time by Drew. He saw the opening down the middle. They kind of cleared out for him, went in, drew it, and got the foul. And he's going to go for the and one here.
Kingery already 2 of 2 from the line. Make that 3 of 3. And he's now got 5 points. So it's Dre with 12. Rest of the team with 10. And Indianola leads 22-12. Here in the second quarter, Naylor goes for the steal. Carlson goes over right side. Layup is up and in, and a great pass over to Vinny Morrow. He's got 6 to lead the Warriors along with Bourne, and it's 22-14. Teams trading buckets. Kingery, three-pointer hand in his face, and he knocks it down. Kingery's got 8 points all in the second quarter for the Indians. Bourne picks up his dribble, breaks the press. Pass is tipped up by Blake. Saved back in bounds to Glasscock. Over to Heimbaugh, three-pointer. In and out, no good, and Bourne grabs it. This place was ready to explode after that one as Indianola leads 25-14, but Norwalk survives, and they can still continue to dig into this Indianola lead. Bourne, right side. Indianola switching off screens as Bourne gets it into the corner. Three-pointer off the front of the rim. No. Naylor grabs it. That was by Carlson. Naylor, top of the key. Spin move, goes to the hoop. Layup is up, and a travel's going to be called on Cooper Naylor. Took that extra step to try and get the ball up, and it will be a turnover on the Indians.
Yeah, great move that time. Spin move, got it, turned in. But yeah, like you said, Andrew, took that little extra step. It'll be Norwalk basketball and full court pressure being put on by Indianola right now.
Well, Norwalk hasn't had too much trouble with this half-court kind of trap. It has resulted in at least a couple of turnovers, but it hasn't hurt them so far as a pass is deflected, but it's picked up by Morrow with 4.5 to go in the second quarter. In case you missed it, presented by D. Armand Ford. Not a lot of scoring for the Warriors. Just 6 points in the second quarter. Indianola with 12 in the second. Dribbling right side. Pass gets into the corner for Brown. Dribbles right. Back up top, Bourne. Shot fake defended by Kingery. Fakes right, dribbles left. Goes up and under. Kicks it back up. And nobody home for the Warriors. And it will be out of bounds or over and back, whatever you want to call it. And it will be Indianola ball on their half.
5 turnovers for Norwalk here in the first half. 4 turnovers for Indianola. And Indianola will have it in front of the scorers table.
They get it into the backcourt for Brick as we see Dre come back into the game. Glasscock just drives straight to the hoop, gets around his defender, and he's got points up and in. And the 2 is good, and Indianola has their biggest lead of the night by 13, 27-14. Over the top pass finds Brown. He's double teamed. Tries to dribble out of it, but Dre knocks it away. Dre picks it up. Finds Glasscock. Glasscock straight to the hoop. 4 in a row for Casey Glasscock, and Indianola's blown it open. They lead 29-14.
What a great combination between Dre and Glasscock. They handled that pressure, got him stopped, and got the ball taken away, and they made the bucket.
Bourne dribbles down the court, going right at Glasscock. Back up top. Brown, three-pointer to end the drought, and it's no good. Brick with a rebound. Finds Dre. Glasscock back up top. Dre again. Back to Glasscock in the corner. Fakes right, goes left. Finds a cutting Blake underneath. Great dish. Blake can't make the layup. Over to Glasscock. Three-pointer is open. Too strong, no good. Blake grabs another rebound, lands on the ball. That's got to hurt. And the ball's on the deck, and it will be a jump ball. Norwalk possession arrow with 3:14 left to go. Blake grabbed the offensive rebound twice and then landed on the ball, and it will be Norwalk ball, length of the floor to go. Bourne over the top.